Hit record, but off the record. Hit record, but off the record. My dog threw up in the Comedy Works South condo bed the other day. But that's off the record. If anyone tells anyone, it's off the record.
And it was just because we gave him Comedy Works French fry.
That world. And then he's
talking into the microphone right now. Like he's speaking.
Casey Anthony?
Yeah.
No.
You riled her up.
Listen.
Are you pro Anthony?
This is her conspiracy theory, dude.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Anthony, right?
This is what I think is happening. I think that a lot of people in his sphere, when they're in LA, go through.
His being Jerry Seinfeld, right?
Yes, Jerry Seinfeld. This is comedians in cars catching some pussy. You know what I mean? Like
comedians in cars with minors.
Yeah. Oh my god. Should be dude. This can Chris Hansen be the host? Is he still around?
Should be.
Yeah.
It's like in the corner, so you can watch it with.
You get the stream of it.
Yeah.
Like we literally kind of wanted to model like Tosh.0.
Tosh.0 for porn.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Long form
You know what's
Tosh.
funny is Tosh does the outfits too.
Yeah.
Like Tosh used to be like
the costumes.
the season of sweaters. Or
Yes, and that honestly, if we weren't doing that part of it, we probably wouldn't even do it. Like the most fun for us is to like tie each other up in the bondage gear and like giggle while we do. Yeah, it's pretty wild though because he produces it for us, and we're dating. And Allison is like, we just met through comedy. She's become one of my best friends, but like we're all at that level where we just kind of like walk around the house naked, and I'm like, I wonder who should be uncomfortable here.
probably mushroom.
It is Mushroom. Well, Mushroom's obsessed with feet.
He hates her feet.
Yeah,
Really?
and he has like a love-hate. Like he wants to fuck her toes. He does.
Mushrooms into foot stuff?
Dude, and he has a huge dick. Like a huge dick. Like he's about to get fixed, so it's still in that phase where
Is that
it
why
comes
his name
out.
is Mushroom?
No, honestly, if we had known, we probably should have named it something cooler if we had known how big his dick was. But it's out all the time.
Memes are weird how they just come and go, you know?
Yeah, they take over. Like everyone uses them for stuff that really has nothing to do with it. And
If you take a week off the internet, you'll come back and you're like, why is Michael Jordan crying so much, or you know, whatever. I honestly don't even know the new ones.
yeah, I don't know either. I'm stuck on GIFs.
Yeah.
Or GIFs. Or
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, isn't that wild? People are obsessed with them. Even new generations, old generations, no one knows how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Like, let's fucking come together and decide.
My grandpa is like, he's like 80 and he likes to use the, I don't know, like the little characters of yourselves.
Oh, the
avatar?
Yeah, the avatars.
Oh,
And like,
yeah.
and he figures out like how to put like Nuggets jerseys on them and stuff. He's like, how do you like me? Like, you're looking good, man. Hell yeah.
Wait, hold on. You know how Apple has those and you can design them for yourself? You go in and you pick like everything, like your skin texture, and there's like an age range now.
Yeah.
And
Oh
if
my
you
God.
click like a woman in her 30s to 40s, they put these fucking like forehead wrinkles in. I'm just like, why would I fucking do that to myself? And at least give me a Botox
They give
option.
you like a line per decade.
Yes, the like eyes start to get like wrinkly.
That's how you know a woman's real age, how many lines she has in her forehead.
It's like a tree.
Yeah, yeah.
Not
That's
anymore.
true.
Not
Yeah, I was
anymore.
gonna say, if you really want to know, you got to go to her pussy because her forehead can be Botox, her pussy cannot.
You gotta look to the inside ring.
The inside.
Yeah.
That's the tree.
Yeah.
Right.
You gotta
Yeah,
you gotta count that ring. Count the folds on the ring. And
I've walked through a tree once.
Is it the one that
in
people walk through in California?
The redwood.
We live
You
like.
could name Mushroom's dick after that.
yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. Wait, how far do
redwood.
we live from there?
I mean, probably
close.
6 hours now, but we've been up there.
And we still haven't done it. I want to do that.
Oh yeah, it's like right where they filmed the Star Wars.
The Star Wars.
Yeah, like those scenes when they're like on the speeder thing.
Oh, that was in Northern California?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
yeah.
That's like the OG Star Wars,
And Endora? What was
Endor? Oh, like
Atlanta's
newer?
Elderon?
that? No.
Yeah,
What the
Atlanta. Did you say
fuck?
Atlanta?
Is going on.
You know that planet in Star Wars, Atlanta? Yeah.
Wait, are we talking about Star
Darth
Wars?
Maul's
I thought you guys were talking about political stuff. I was like, here we go.
Oh, no.
All these words are basically just.
It's all the same thing.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's kind of what most fantasy franchises are at this, like at the core, there it's always the rebels and the dictators and
Good guys and bad guys.
They almost are all very political. It's like
It's always some nerd's political commentary. Hidden behind hobbits.
If I was president.
Yeah.
Star Wars is pretty much like Bastille Day, or you know what I mean. Remember back in the day when like you could have the Star Trek would do Scooby Doo or something. You know what I mean?
The Globetrotters.
Yeah, the Globetrotter. Yeah, and it's like I like a little bit of crossover.
I had a Globetrotter as a teacher.
Yeah.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. At my middle school, the one that got shut down.
What do they teach?
Life skills.
Oh,
What?
well.
Wait, you
name
just
of
had a massive black dude teaching you life
Yeah.
skills?
And he just spun the basketball all
That's
the time.
so dope.
Did he really?
Also, it's kind of unfair. Like, he didn't even have to have many life skills. He had to have one good skill. Like, what life skills do you have?
Did he drop?
Spinning a ball.
Yeah.
Did he drop cool old knowledge on you? Just
He wanted to.
Yeah.
And then he quit after like
Did
3
he call
months.
you playa?
Oh, for sure.
Young
Yeah.
blood.
He tried to school us. Oh, Youngblood. I
Yeah.
had Youngblood from when I did volunteer, or it was community service for court. Different than volunteer.
I love that you can, but you're like, but I'm still doing good, so it's not.
I volunteer.
Yeah. I'm helping my community, whether it's court ordered or not.
The judge, has nothing to do with it. I'm here on my own for funsies.
And then the day after you're done, they never see you again. You're like, the fun's over.
I was supposed to keep track of my hours. What? I thought we were just here. I'm sorry, Judge. I had a dude, his name was Q, and he would eat tomatoes like an apple. And he had one eye.
Oh.
And he actually looked a lot like the dude on the side of the bed meme. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah. Oh, really?
And he would call me Youngblood.
Yeah.
He never learned my name.
Yeah. When you've lost an eye, it's like, I don't learn names anymore. The last person whose name I learned cut my fucking eye out. We're done with eyes. Your names.
His name was Q?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even tell you his full name.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm Q. Don't worry about yours.
You might hear a lot about me in the coming years, but was it QAnon? Do you think that was...
Whoa.
That's him.
Yeah.
He's Q.
Yeah.
I never saw Youngblood in any of the Q drops. So, you know?
He didn't want to give away his person, who he really
And that's
was,
where
you
Dan
know?
Crenshaw got his inspiration
Yeah.
from.
Yeah, dude, that's how you get fucking accepted into Q, dude. You
got
gotta take out an
political.
eye.
Listen up, Youngblood. They putting kids in pizza shops. You're like, damn, he's woke.
Yeah.
He's woke, dude. Q's got one eye. He's like, but I could see everything.
I know what's really going on.
Damn.
Q
Yeah,
is
he's got
just
the eye of
black
Sauron, dude.
He's Black Alex Jones.
Yeah.
He's just like, imagine if Alex Jones used Youngblood. That'd be kind of fun.
He probably should start,
He should
honestly.
start.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might diversify his audience a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me pause this really fast. It
Pause
started
it.
buzzing.
Uh-oh.
Is he going to the bathroom?
No, you might want like water or something. Is he just shitting on you right now, dude? Dude, don't let
Dog
him shit.
owners will let him do anything.
Honestly,
Yeah.
you're so right.
We bring him so many places on the road that it's like you just gotta kind of let him.
Dude, he shit in the REI the other day.
Hey, can you guys keep a secret? Is it recording? Where's my?
He's like off the record. Oh fuck.
Hey, no, but
Do you want
like,
to record?
no, but like off the record. No, hit record. Hit record, but off the record. Hit record, but off the record. My dog threw up in the Comedy Works South bed, condo bed the other day. So,
yeah.
but that's off the record. If anyone
Yeah.
tells anyone, it's off the record.
And it was just because we gave him Comedy Works French fries.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like gross meat or anything. It's just.
So really, you just left it the way it
It
was when you.
I mean, we pulled the clumps up and threw them away.
Listen,
that's all
fries
that
get
matters.
dropped in comedy
What
clubs.
else do you do?
Yeah.
That's the.
Oh
What are
my
you
god,
doing?
that was so cute.
What are you doing?
Dude, I know. It's good that you guys think he's cute. Like, I'm glad you haven't met him before.
We've had
Because, like, it'll wear
other
off by the
animals
time
for
we
sure.
leave.
Yeah,
You
we
have
have-
had?
We've had possums on this show.
What? Who brought a possum?
You know Mo Alexander?
I
Off
do,
the
yeah.
record.
Yeah,
Isn't he on that
He's
show?
on our
You're,
show
yeah.
tonight,
Oh,
actually,
yeah.
Off the
Yeah.
record.
Wait, he has a.
Off the record, he had a possum in the same apartment where she threw up in.
yeah.
So,
You know what's funny?
Wait, does he have a pet possum?
yes, he does.
Does it ever
I think he
attack
has
him?
No.
multiple.
Is
might
it
have
like,
multiple
has
now.
he altered it in a way that it can't kill him?
He gave it a new brain. like in Guardians of the
Yeah.
Galaxy 3. Yeah,
Good.
no,
Yeah, he fixed it. He cut its balls off.
He said that
That
it kept
is
coming back to his
wild.
house.
Is it snuggly?
I wouldn't want to.
Dude, well, Mo, you know Mo has the best snacks. Like, if you're a
for
possum,
sure,
you're
yeah.
like, I'm gonna hang out with Mo, dude.
That's actually. That's true.
I would like a raccoon. That'd be one I'd try, but a possum seems like not.
Seems mean.
Doesn't seem pillow
It
and
looks
snuggly
mean.
like.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, they cuddle.
They do
with
look
it, so, like,
wiry.
Yeah.
Where is he
Yeah.
from?
And they have a
think
silent
Memphis.
O.
Memphis.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that does everywhere on the
It's like,
road.
no one
Yeah.
can spell your
He'll have
fucking name who isn't from this country. You're not a cool animal. Opossum. Get the fuck out of here.
It does feel very like wannabe royal.
Yeah,
You know, like
Like it wants
Irish.
to be a British. Yeah,
It's like
like
O'Donnell
South
or
of
something.
Wales. It's a Wales possum.
That's what's really on their flag. It's not a dragon. It's a possum.
I look like I'm double fisting, but it's just my water and the dog's water.
Go ahead.
It's a party in here.
Damn, that's
Hydration
that's
is
for
key.
the dog. That's a cool little thing.
Yeah, it like
Is it made for dogs?
yeah.
That's
No,
crazy.
I actually do think it's made for bunnies.
Bunnies? Oh man.
That's a bunny size
It
dog.
is.
Yeah. Bunnies
How
get a
old
little
is
bigger.
Mushroom?
8 months.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to get way bigger.
No, he's
no,
there.
God, don't say that. I will return him. The only reason that I think he's worth all this is because he's going to stay so small and portable. If this turns out to be a 50-pound dog, his behavior is no longer justified.
The reason we got him is because you can put him in a personal item and not even tell an airline that you have him.
Right.
Oh my God.
And I mean, we kind of messed up and got him right before a ton of road gigs, and he's literally, no joke, probably been in 20 cities already.
Yeah. Just
Like,
A real life road dog.
he's
He
a
is.
road dog.
He
Yeah.
is for real.
Yeah.
So you can just take him on the airplane. Not.
Technically, no.
There are a
Okay.
couple places you got to avoid.
Yeah.
You got the
we
front.
have a full strategy.
The front counter,
Yeah.
the very first, the place where you print all
Yeah.
that and you give your
Big
bags.
no-no zone.
Yeah, those are the people that
So-
take the money from you
Yes,
for the
yes,
dog.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So-
They hear things. They're the employees that take their jobs seriously.
Right.
Like in 2023, are we serious?
Yeah,
So, well, we have a workaround.
yeah. What is it? Sky caps are good.
Okay.
Start with a sky cap. Take your bags to a sky cap. They don't care at all. You give them $10, they don't care
Yeah,
about
and
anything.
tip them though. You can't be a dick.
Yeah.
you know what
Tip
I mean?
'em.
Because it's like don't run it for everybody.
Tipping changes everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, that's true.
And then
Airline, sexually, otherwise,
Yeah.
you're right. It does. Everything changes.
I've learned in single life.
you sky cap and you avoid
yeah.
the counter. Now at security, they don't really have
Wait,
any.
hold on. There's 2 people with us too, so it's good because with Southwest, always you got to fly Southwest because you get 2 bags check free. That means one person can check in both person's bags, so the other person can go all covert.
Yeah.
Go
with
hide.
incognito.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I sneak off and I go through pre-check because I'm cool, and I just like grab the dog and don't say anything and just walk through the X-ray machine and we just giggle. And
Because TSA doesn't
sometimes I
care.
have to wear like one of those zip-up hoodies so I can zip it a little less, and just like, no, I zip here. There's no dog here.
TSA is not a part of the earning of money.
Right.
Anyway, like no one cares about the dog. They just care if they don't get paid for the dog.
Exactly.
So TSA just is like, all right, cool. You
They
have
assume once you've gotten there, that's what takes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's not their job.
Wow.
That's not their job.
Now you could literally walk the dog through the airport until you get to around your gate.
Yeah.
Now the only time I have messed up is we had a layover.
Some fucking internet hoe is always the cause of messes up.
I was kind of walking by carrying him, and a girl right next to where we were supposed to get at the gate was like, "Oh my god!"
You know the
Oh
voice.
no, she blew it up.
and like totally. But and it was my. I didn't have him in his bag, but I was kind of. He was getting a little riled. It was late, but and they charged us. They made us pay for the dog, and it was a connection. So they were like, "Well, why didn't you tell us you had a dog in Columbus, Ohio?" And we're like,
Why didn't you look
I
for
don't-
our dog?
I don't work at the Columbus airport. Like, what, I fucked up. I'd be like,
I mean,
let
and
me
it's pretty
through, that's
pathetic. I
crazy.
literally have to go through security. You've seen inside my asshole by the time I get through with it. You don't know I have a dog?
Yeah.
That's on you, bro.
Yeah, you are kind of pointing out the flaws in their system, actually.
now the icing on the cake is it was Phoenix Sky Harbor that is they charge us for the dog. It was a woman that worked for Southwest who caught us, and she's like, I don't have any dogs on this flight, so I know you haven't checked in that dog.
Yeah.
She like came up to us.
Holy shit.
They were like
But she was like a 17-year-old. Like, it was like one of those people who was like, just play on TikTok.
Yeah.
Again,
Right.
she said
They
this,
could
but
be anywhere else.
Yeah.
I thought everyone has quiet quit by now. Like, who is
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
Cares.
like, yeah.
Just 17-year-olds.
Yeah.
Those are the
Yeah.
ones left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
They're
is the
still
new
pure.
generation.
Yeah.
Now they're fucking hardworking again.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, go to
So-
Chick-fil-A with that
Dude,
Dude, we're
attitude.
all going to be
Yes.
just like murdered. We're going to be murdered when they're in charge if that's true.
But then so we kind of go into the family bathrooms at airports to let the dog pee on a pad and maybe vape.
Yeah.
Allegedly. But
I mean, if we were into that kind of thing.
right before we get in trouble for the dog, we walk into a family bathroom at the Phoenix airport, and the Phoenix airport bathrooms they have like truck stop showers in them.
Oh, yeah.
grody showers. We walk in on 4 employees of the airport.
Oh, my God.
Smoking crack.
Wait,
Fuck
what?
yeah.
This is in
Phoenix.
But what movie is that where the guy has all the weed on him and he walks into the bathroom and there's like the drug dog and all of the
Oh, I don't know.
and he like has it's a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
I think it's Reservoir Dogs. And he's
Maybe.
telling the fake story. It's Tim
Roth?
Tim Roth's
Yeah.
character. He's like retelling the fake story to like explain to the other guys that he's cool when he's the cop after all. And
Yeah.
but he explains walking in and like seeing them all and like
Yeah.
oh wait, come on, sorry, this
No,
is Phoenix.
Yeah.
they were sticklers for our dog, but
But no, their crack policy
no
is
big
pretty
deal.
loose.
I
mean, it's hot, you know?
Yeah. The crazy thing is, like, you could, like, if you worked anywhere for 2 weeks, you're like, I kind of
No.
know how I could steal from this place. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But if you've worked at the airport for a couple weeks, you know how to, like, mule drugs.
And
Oh.
apparently, so my theory, this hasn't been proven, but what I saw, the weird exchange had a lot to do with like fundraiser sized Snickers bars. I'm pretty sure that they are sneaking crack into the airport through a route of
Through the
Snickers.
boxes? Through
Yes.
Snickers,
I have
yeah.
no idea how.
But we walked in and 4 employees looked at us like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then we walked back out and we're waiting for them to be done. Did not rush, by the way. Took their sweet time. And the first woman walks out and she's like real cracked out. She's like,
She's like a trashy, like biker woman, white woman, blonde, like trash blonde.
No
hair.
matter what age she is, she's
Yeah.
always been called someone's old lady.
Yes. Yes.
but like 6'1", kind of cracked skinny, like not
Okay.
skinny but emaciated. she comes
But like her tits are still intact, which
Like
is
Jesus on the
how
cross,
you know
kind of.
someone bought them for her 30 years ago. You know what I mean?
So she comes out and she goes, "Can I pet your dog?" And we were like,
But like in our faces.
Yeah, like
I
all-
was sitting on the floor with him and she was like a pterodactyl down there. Come
Wow.
here.
That's crazy.
yeah. So
She might transfer the crack, you know?
Yeah.
through
And
her
then the
pores.
other 3 were still in
that's
there.
why our dog got caught. Honestly, 'cause he had crack in his pores.
Yeah, that's what it
And
is.
other employees of the airport can smell crack.
You
in a
could have been
dog's
like, "This
pores.
is
That's what
our
it is.
canine dog.
Yeah.
We're actually keeping your airport safe."
Honestly, yeah.
No, they'd be like, "Can he smell some crack for us, please?"
Yeah.
Anyway, the other 3 people in the bathroom had a lot of empty Snickers wrappers, and it was on
That's
like one of those
crazy.
school lunch carts. that you
Snickers
push.
is also the move for after you smoke to cover up your breath. Because the chocolate, the peanuts, and the caramel.
Oh, well, they need to come up with something to cover up the fucking burnt tire smell in the restroom that's made for caring for babies. Like, I'm glad your breath is
Oh
good,
my gosh!
sir, but
you take your baby
this
to
dead
the
baby here now.
yeah,
Yeah.
you take your baby to the doctor, and they're like, "Your baby just tested for crack."
Yeah. I
The
mean, to be
changing table at
fair,
the airport
Yeah, the
to be
bathroom's
fair, we're
hotboxed.
criticizing them, and we go in there
to vape.
to vape.
Yeah.
Well,
But I mean, nicotine's never killed a baby.
What's he gonna be born with?
might have.
Back when I used to vape, I used to go into the bathroom and take pictures of my like vape, and I'd send them to my girlfriend and call them Nick pics.
Oh, that's good.
Creative.
That's real good. Nick pics. I like it. You know
said,
what you should do is you should pull out your dick and put your vape on it.
Oh, for scale.
Yeah, and whichever one's better, whatever's prettier at the time, your dick or the vape goes first. It's gonna be like dick Nick pics, Nick dick pics.
But you got to
and
do
tag
it.
elf in it.
Yeah, elf
You
bar
gotta
for
do it-
scale.
Yeah, you got to do it in a disposable vape. If you do it in like one of those big mod vape boxes, it's just gonna look tiny. Like,
Yeah, you don't need a tank.
put it next to like a jewel, you know.
Yeah. Without the cartridge.
Whoa.
Whoa.
See,
Sorry
I
if
told
you
you he has a huge dick. He's like annoyed by this
Yeah.
talk. He's like,
Wow.
He's got his own little jewel down there.
Oh yeah. He smokes his own jewel.
Oh, really?
For real. Yeah.
like rapidly. He's a
Quick about it?
quick inhaler.
Now I think we've mowed through several of your transitions.
Yeah, what were they? Tell us where you want to go.
Sorry.
We're just fucking here.
We've got no rules.
Oh, all right.
Hey,
This
you.
stuff is in case we lose steam.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Well, then sorry for slowing us down.
Don't
you're
be.
good.
No, dude, trust me, I still want to go back to Youngblood or
Oh,
Q. Like, I'm still not done with the fact that he'd take us to the gas station all the time. And he'd be like, you want something for lunch? I'd be like, nah. And he'd be like, you want something for lunch? And he'd take us anyways.
Wow.
I have a comment. I think he might need to go to the bathroom. I think he's just upset. I think he'll lay down. Is that
Don't
the
potty?
most? Do you hate
pause?
us?
No.
If we pause, I am so sorry.
No, not at all.
We're fun, but honestly, we're probably not worth this amount. We're probably not fun enough to justify this.
We ruined our life getting a dog.
I get that. I have 2 kids. I get it.
Oh, you have 2 kids?
Yeah.
How old?
4 and 10.
I'm so
Oh,
sorry. I
wow,
didn't
yeah.
ask about you.
Oh, it's fine.
That's
We
it.
also,
That's the miserable part of his life. He doesn't want to talk about it.
he sneaks them on planes.
Yeah. Put him in a bag.
You stuff him under the seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take
In
him
his
in the
shirt.
bathroom's hot box with crack.
All right, so should we pause for the potty?
Yes,
Or-
let's pause for the potty for a second.
Okay.
Outrage. Recreational. Outrage. Recreational. Outrage. Recreational. Outrage. Recreational. Outrage.
You have to like put on clothes when you go into like a colder climate, or you'll freeze to death.
Oh,
In this
yeah.
game?
Yeah, you have to take clothes off.
Yeah.
Else you'll get too warm.
This is the grown-up version of fucking Gigapets. Like, this is for people who kept their Gigapets. My Gigapet, I don't think ever survived a full 24 hours.
Do you or what was the there was Tamagotchis too?
Yeah, I didn't have those ones. I'm from like a small racist town, so we didn't. They definitely.
The name Tamagotchi.
Yeah, they were like, absolutely not. They named our Chinese buffet not American food.
He don't look like he's named Tom to me.
That's crazy.
Gotchi. That sounds pornographic to me.
What part? Where were you from?
I'm from like the border of Pennsylvania and Ohio.
Okay.
So it's like, it's so hard to describe that area.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not Midwestern for the most part. It's like,
It's like the
it's like,
South.
yeah, it's like, but it's not.
Appalachia, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like southern backwashy kind of vibe.
Dude, I say this about Florida, but like sometimes in the country, the more north you go, the more southern you get.
Yeah.
Damn it, that thing fell again.
Really?
Let me get one last thumbtack. I'm gonna try it.
I am so sorry. See, we are such stoners that our behavior rubs off. Like now, you guys are like, how the fuck is it taking us 20 minutes to get started again?
This is me too.
Okay, cool. I was never this kind of person, and then I started smoking weed, and I am now. And even when I like take a break from weed, now I can't get rid of it.
Really?
It's like now I just have like stoner brain.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I definitely have it. When did you start smoking?
I mean, I was like a huge stoner like way too early in life. Like I started smoking weed when I was like 14.
Same.
And I probably smoked until I was like 17, 18 heavily.
Yeah.
And then I stopped for like 10 years, but like the last 3-4 years have been,
You've been getting back into it?
I mean, like, and I honestly, that California, when I came back to it, the weed was so different. Like I used to buy $10 baggies from a guy who kind of touched me inappropriately in exchange for the weed every time. Like in a
Sounds
hot
like
way,
a
you know?
classic drug
Like a
dealer scenario.
Yeah. Like I mean, I liked it. That was part of it for me.
Yeah.
I was like, I would pay more because of this experience.
It
to be
makes it
honest
feel
with you.
realer. To be
Yeah,
honest
yeah,
with you.
yeah.
Get a little higher.
It's
Yeah.
the tip you were talking about.
Just the tip. It's just the tip. If it happens just repeatedly over and over again, it's like that kind of equals the whole thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, as long as there's a couple extra grams every now and then. you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want the friends and family discount, you got to be family. You know
Right,
what I
exactly,
mean?
yeah.
We're not family yet. We got to consummate this marriage.
Especially in that area. They're like, no, we're not family until we fuck, too.
The Appalachians. Is there a lot of like, I don't know. Oh, man, there's this show I remember I watched.
The the Amazing White World.
Oh, the Wicked World or the
Whites.
Yeah, the
What?
Wicked Whites of the West or something.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. Yeah.
No, I missed
No,
it.
it was.
This is-
He's like, no,
The
it's
Wonderful
Simpsons.
Whites.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
just no. It was like Sons of Anarchy for Appalachian. The Appalachians.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
it's got the dude from
From
Sons of
Anarchy.
Wait,
Yeah.
is this a reality show? Or
No, it was a TV show. It
Yeah.
was really
Wait.
good.
Yeah.
It was on like IBC or something.
I
Yeah.
need to go find
And then
this.
it got canceled, I think.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a shocker.
It
Someone
ended
from
with,
that
like,
area.
It ended with like an Appalachian War, I think. Was
Yeah.
yeah.
Who won?
It was. That was the end of the season, and they canceled it. But it
Yeah,
was
but
good.
the mountains won.
Who won? OxyContin won. Yeah, that's who won.
Johnson and Johnson.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have started
mines.
describing that
Yeah.
area on stage. It's just like the hills have eyes, like that.
Oh.
It's
The
like,
coal mines have eyes.
yeah, yeah. It's so dumb. They call it like it's always been like we're a blue collar town, we're a working class area, and I'm like. Everybody's on disability here.
Right.
This is not working class.
Yeah, that's
None
how-
of you are working.
Yeah. That's
That's
the opposite of working class.
They're like, yeah, but do you know how long I have to stand in line to renew my benefits?
Yeah.
that's work.
You know how much paperwork?
Yeah. Have you ever
Yeah.
have you ever sat on hold?
Yeah. Have you ever tried to figure out who your father is to answer his social security number?
Plus, if you don't qualify, then you start ruining your life so you do qualify.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck, I gotta work less.
You're like,
I gotta have 7 kids.
Yeah, I was gonna say I need more kids.
yeah, you're like, I'd rather get hit by a mail truck than fucking work for 40 years, right?
And then you finally get those benefits, though, and it's all worth it.
Dude, I've
I don't know. I wonder. I
thought of it
wonder.
recently. Like maybe I should just get fired.
Well, I don't know. Medi-Cal, we're dealing with it right now. Fucking nightmare.
Yeah,
It's a
nothing
nightmare.
that's like for poor people is ever. It's
That's
the
true.
worst.
Dude, I got denied.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a
No,
compliment.
well, I don't live in California.
Yeah,
no, I'm
but-
kidding.
No, is that why you got denied?
No, the
You're
stuff
like,
here
yeah, I
in
thought
Denver.
maybe I could use it over here in Colorado.
They're all
You guys
cool,
have a
right?
Colorado network?
Wait, do you guys have something similar to that?
Exactly. Yeah. And they
Why
denied
they said
me
you
flat
make
out.
too much money?
Heart issues.
Oh.
They denied me because of my damn heart, dude.
Oh. Pre-existing?
Medicare did?
No, the program that I tried to get into.
They're saying you're too, we don't have enough funds in our system to cover your heart issues.
Well, when I checkboxed bad heart issues and I smoke, they were like,
Well,
"Well,
who the fuck? I have never once in my life checked that I smoke.
okay, see, you've always lied
Yeah,
on
I've always
off the
lied.
record, obviously."
No, I don't.
A lot of doctors.
Yeah, no, I do. I'm a nurse.
Oh,
I
you're a
say
nurse.
lie to doctor. I mean, and if you're going in for fucking lung issues, then yeah, I'll probably say you smoke. But like, if you're there
But
for
you
like
lie
a
so that you
fucking
don't get in
wart on
trouble,
your
though.
toe,
Yeah.
no, that's not why. I just lie because I know that it's gonna then track me as a smoker, and everything I do when I'm old is gonna be like fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a special smoker's chip in me one day. They're gonna be able to find me.
Yeah. A Neuralink.
Yeah, and if I ever need like a lung replacement or something, I don't want them because they won't like give you a lung replacement if you're a smoker.
That's like
Oh, yeah.
That's like
Yeah, I don't-
China. They're literally like smoker. Nah, your healthcare's a little different.
yeah.
We'll get there. Honestly, we'll get there.
Yeah. What, like what? China doesn't give you.
No, it's just like it's very like. Have you heard it? I don't know, this gets political very fast, and I
That's
hate
fine.
to do that, but it's like the social credit score.
Yeah.
No, you
Definitely.
don't.
Yeah.
I hate to do that.
Honestly, I do these days. Like when I lived here 7.5 years ago, I guess.
I do.
Okay.
So you actually, yeah, you
Yeah,
did you grow up here?
No, I'm from Vegas, but
Okay.
I lived here when I was like a year into comedy, and I was a door guy at the Comedy Works, and
Okay.
I never really got to go out and do it.
What year was that?
Sorry,
Roughly.
I moved 7 years ago,
Okay.
so
Pre-COVID.
yeah, about 7. I'm 8 years into comedy. It was my second year of comedy, so
Okay.
yeah, way pre-COVID.
So sophomore year.
Yeah, sophomore year.
More
yeah.
soft than
Yeah.
sophomore.
So, yeah. Less spots, but sophomore. You know what I mean? Yeah. Where was I going with that? See, I smoked your
Something
weed.
about politics.
Oh, well, I used to be like a very
Credit
political.
score.
Yeah, I used
The
to kind of
best
be
thing
like
about him is he's a stoner.
And you forget.
If you ignore him when he's talking about something you don't want to talk about it, he'll forget.
I love talking politics.
It was like when I was. I
Yo,
used
switch
to,
me spots.
I used
Dude, if
to
I
be
get to feed
kind
the
of
pot.
a political comedian, and when I lived here, it was like. I mean, crowds are smarter here too, and people will give you enough rope to hang your. And this was again way pre-COVID, way pre-over politicization.
Sure,
know?
yeah.
But it is just like I don't know. Nowadays, I'm like I don't even want to like. Just I don't know. It's like
I avoid a lot of stuff.
too much of it.
Just
know?
out of like I don't want to deal with the nonsense.
Yeah.
But it is also fun to just say something that like
dude,
Will inflame
clearly
half of America.
Yeah,
Either
and it's so
half,
silly because
yeah.
it's just words. I mean, that's how comedy. I was like listening to somebody say that, like, even though they were criticizing some edgy comic, they were like, "But to be fair, comedy is saying the stuff you're not supposed to
Yeah.
say."
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
at its core.
Yeah, you don't want
Yeah.
to buy a ticket and then be like, "You fucking talked about like."
Yeah.
you
Well,
know.
that's the difference between comedy and a TED Talk, right? There's people on stage giving you information either way.
Totally.
It's just like if everyone in a TED Talk said what you weren't supposed to say.
Yeah.
Honestly, we could make a lot more informed choices, I think.
That's right wing TED
people,
Talks where they
yeah,
just
yeah,
use
yeah.
stats for the wrong.
Comedy is like the Snapple fact TED Talk, where
Yeah.
it's like
It's
she
the
has
game
a
of
joke.
telephone, though, too.
Yeah, she has a joke about take your tractor to school day where she grew up, and that's like the kind of shit you learn in like a bottle cap where you're like, oh, there's take your tractor to school day in
Yeah, it
places.
catches you off guard a little. You're like,
Yeah.
You're like out for dinner and you're like, there's take a tractor to school day in the Midwest, and someone's like, how the fuck do you know that? And you're like, this girl on stage at this comedy show,
I also
which was a good time. I don't know if you guys.
we're gonna edit that show name out. Unfortunately,
we're,
Okay, go
we're
ahead.
not too big
Well-
of fans of the
Well,
host.
Okay, so we did
Hey,
two shows.
Hey, me neither. You know what I mean? But you got to edit that out. That's off the record.
Well, so we did two shows Thursday.
Oh yeah.
And then Wednesday he came in to feature for the whole reason we came is he came to feature for Comedy Works on
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Sick.
Yeah.
I have a podcast with this other guy, and we're doing well enough to sell out like one show in every big city. So
That's
dope.
rad.
Oh, and
And-
their fans are like they're like obsessive fans. Like they
Yeah.
like love like know details of their lives.
Yeah.
Like they come up to me and tell me things that I didn't know, and I'm like, oh, I should listen to the podcast, huh?
But so we did that, and we'd been you gotta chill, take him.
So we did that,
Yeah.
and we did Comedy Works South on Wednesday.
And you did that with the guy that you do the show with.
Yeah.
Chris Frangiola.
It's Chris Frangiola. He was like Chelsea Lately from the beginning.
Sick.
And then now he does this other podcast that's like massive in the Bravo world, and he does it. And we're not Bravo, we aren't that, but he does it. He's friends
Sure.
with the woman who does. I don't know
Hell
if you're
yeah.
familiar with Heather McDonald.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, she has a podcast called Juicy Scoop. That's
Is
like
that the lady that?
fell. Yeah.
Yes.
She is, but no joke. Her podcast is like Rogan for housewives.
Really?
It's mad. Like
Yeah.
she can't go into the airport without people wanting to take selfies with her. Like she's huge in her
Yeah.
own right.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he's kind of like a, twice a month reoccurrence on her show, and so a lot of our audience kind of came from the that world, and then. What do you guys? The dog.
He's talking into the microphone
know.
right now, like he's speaking.
And it's called Cover to Cover.
Yeah,
right?
cover to cover.
What
yeah.
is it?
We just initially it was we go through topics, and I
Yeah.
just for what I got paid, I volunteered. I volunteered at a podcast studio in LA,
Yeah.
and he walked in, and I was
Hit it
his
off.
producer, and I kind of became second chair, and
Oh yeah.
but yeah, we would go through from cover to cover of a publication, newspaper, magazine, something like that,
Okay.
ads, whatever. But now it's just fun pop culture, very
Fuck yeah.
very
That's cool.
pop culture-y, and it's kind
Current
of funny
shit.
because I don't know that world at all. And he's like old school showbiz nerd. He could tell you the names of,
You're saying he's a part of like Bravo Network.
no, not part. He's
So another show.
Yeah.
He has a
different-
weird
yeah.
He has an overlap.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's from E from back in the day, which is
Okay.
their
Pop-
Bravo. Back
yeah,
then was
pop
Bravo.
culture. Yeah.
So it's
The
very
Scoop, dude.
Yeah.
Or the Soup.
Yeah, he did yeah, exactly. He did Spade show a lot when it was around. So yeah, it's been good. We just do like Chelsea lately. Kind of, they were big for the round table. It was literally like
that was huge for a lot of people.
Yeah,
I mean, I think
the green room.
Christina Pazynski got her like start with Chelsea lately stuff.
They gave so many young comics like real shots, like, and that's the way,
writing and
as much as everyone shits on Chelsea Handler, she made a lot of people a lot of money who were kind of, who might not have ever
getting their foot in the door.
Yeah, I mean, ever, know.
And then that's a fucking credit.
Yeah,
that's
and
rad.
At one point, she was dating the like CEO of Ted something. I don't know, but so.
We all get successful somehow.
Well, no, that was after she was already on the network. Totally. But what was cool is then every time they would get into any hot water as a show, she would just like tell her boyfriend like, "Shut the fuck up!" Come on. And so they kind of like. I mean, they got away with murder. They were private jetting on E's money, kind of shit. So it was a way for people like Christina P. and Josh Wolf kind of got his start on there.
Bobby Lee was on that stuff.
Yeah, so it's just like one of those like it's very. I don't know. It's cool. Everyone, I even want to be like, oh, fuck Chelsea Handler, but it's like, no, it's
just a cool thing to do, kind of.
She did for. What people praise Rogan for doing she did for a very different group of people. Just because they're not your favorite group of people doesn't mean she didn't make a ton of careers.
I bought Laura her biography last Christmas.
I love Chelsea
Laura's
Handler.
a huge fan. So I mean I think that anybody that like is that successful, there's some truth to like how they got there, and she's obviously super funny. Like I don't think you can entertain that many people. But like that's sick that you got to do Comedy Works after being working. Yeah, and then coming back and getting to be on the stage. For about
10 seconds, I couldn't use my voice. I'm not going to lie. And it wasn't even, because it was mostly our crowd and they already love me. It's like they're, as long as I'm not doing super dark stuff, which I used to kind of gravitate to, I can't really lose them. And up there, I just was like, I was kind of, and I said it, I opened with it, I was like, I used to work at this club. This is a big moment for me. It was a full circle moment for me, just because I was like, I don't know what to say right now.
It made you like speechless.
Yeah. Damn. And I worked at downtown and we performed at the South Club, but still, it's just one of those, very,
it's a goal for sure.
Yeah.
Olivia, what room at the hometown are you going to be going back to?
Where?
I was going to say, is it going to be the post office?
I mean, honestly, I don't. We're doing actually Pittsburgh. We're doing our Pittsburgh
Improv.
Yeah, in like a month from now. And that's like 45 minutes from my hometown. Nice. Honestly, that's probably the closest form of like any entertainment other than like
so
the
you guys
domestic
are both
abuse that goes on.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah. So it's very cool. I'm super lucky because he had already built so much of this. And then we just built this kind of really cute thing where like we got the dog and I kind of always came on the road and I would find my own shows. Like I didn't host for them, and it's honestly pretty new, like the last month maybe. But then we just got this very cute dynamic where we would start driving from city to city. That's kind of the way they do it, is like we'll fly out to the Midwest and do like St. Louis, Indianapolis, Columbus, whatever. But we have these like cool 3-hour road trips together, just us with Chris and the dog. And so he's been joking on stage and calling us the Partridge Family, right? Is that what he called it?
He says he feels like he's driving runaway because we vape and have a dog. He feels like
and drink Red Bull.
He's driving runaway teens to rehab.
Yeah. It's so funny. We laugh every time because he says it after both of us have been on stage too. So it's like it's super funny.
And you guys are just in your runaway rebellion
we're
phase.
I mean, yeah, sure. It feels a little bit true. It's not true. We're just not going to rehab. We're going to comedy.
That's awesome. I just took a road trip with my girlfriend, and then she ended up flying back, and I drove back. But I had all of her stuff in the car, and all I could think about was someone, like a cop, pulling me over and be like, "So you're from Florida originally, huh? And you went on a road trip. Your girlfriend's just gone. I saw this one on TikTok last year."
You had a car full of women's panties.
Mr. Brian Laundrie, get out of the car.
That is so funny. That would be awkward.
And it was like, her hat was on the front. I was just like, fuck, this looks so sus.
Well, especially because you probably had like weed and shit with you that you weren't supposed to.
Little bits,
You're like, you can't look the officer in the eye, and you're like, no, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm just stoned. They're like, this is Alabama, sir.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Imagine dropping your girlfriend off to do like the Appalachian Trail. You know the Appalachian Trail, like 50-day hike, or I think that's how long it takes.
Yeah.
You like drop your girlfriend off for a 50-day hike, and they're just like, "Where is she?"
Yeah, or you go together, you bail, and she's still on it. And you have to convince all her friends and family, like, no, she's fine. Still doing it.
Give me 30 days.
But then she sprains her ankle and gets like eaten by an elk or something, and like you go to prison for murder.
Damn it.
You got another Stephen Avery.
Honestly, you know what's kind of fun is it's fun that we've had a lot of those stories lately.
Yeah.
Like the girl that got fake abducted, you know.
Oh, totally.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
That organized
she
it.
saw like a baby crawling in the road. She got out to go save it.
Screamed, dropped her cell phone, and
So
took
she
off.
just Gone Girled herself.
Yeah.
But for only 2 days, what a bitch.
And Gone Girl was based off a real story as well.
Yeah.
A woman
Well,
that
but
like
that-
went
was
on a
that-
run and
Was it as long as the story was? Because it was like quite some time, right?
100%.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And I respect. I mean, a
same
woman
thing for
that
the guy
crazy.
not knowing. So like you can watch the real footage of the husband being interrogated where he's like, "Can we find her?" And they're like, "We think you did something." And he's like, "I didn't do any. I don't know what the fuck's going."
That would be crazy. I wouldn't even.
That's the biggest
Wait,
bummer,
did
dude.
the bitch really kill the other guy? You know how she kills that guy?
No, but you know what she did do is she had all these racist comments in forums, like housewife forums, about like her house workers and like Spanish women in like high school and stuff. And so
Oh my
when
God.
she did get kidnapped, she said it was 2 Hispanic women that got like that was the like original story.
I like how Hollywood
she got
changed that, and they
back.
were like, no.
Let's
No.
not make them look like murderers. They're racist. Let's make them look like murderers.
Yeah, let's take that part out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Murder's so much better.
Yeah. White girl.
Did you hear about the one that just happened? That Shiver.
That's a perfect
lady?
title for all of our lives.
Her last name.
They could retitle Barbie that.
Her last name's Shiver. This just happened. She's married to some like her family's like 100 millionaire kind of family.
Like the Kennedy Shivers, yeah.
Maybe. Who knows? Honestly, maybe.
Okay.
No, that's Shriver.
Shriver.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Okay, this is Shiver.
Shiver.
Okay.
Yeah, and she was staying at the and her husband was like sold like a company for like $5 billion. Her family was worth like $500 million. So not $5 billion, but she was doing fine.
Yeah.
She was staying at their place in the Bahamas while he was staying at their place in like, North Carolina or somewhere.
Okay.
And she had a lover in the Bahamas, and they had
Who doesn't?
They had a plot to kill her husband. She convinced her boyfriend to murder her husband. Her husband was trying to catch her cheating so he could fuck her in the divorce.
The boyfriend.
Yeah. And hired a PI, like a high dollar PI, who went and followed her around, got into her phones, found text messages of them
About
plotting to murder.
Yeah.
And
Holy
shit.
literally like 3 days before they were going to murder this guy, this PI finds it. And this
Tom
bitch
Cruise
gets
needs to be
arrested.
starring in this new film.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And this is going on like right now. Like she just got let out on like crazy bond.
She got out.
Yeah, but the husband was like, let her the fuck out. Like
He allowed
What?
Yeah, he's like,
Oh, I love toxic
That's a good
relationships.
husband.
I love them so much. I can't wait. Who kills who? Who kills who?
well, I mean, it's kind of a good idea where he's like, the whole world's
Dude,
watching
if you just
her.
explained this as a trailer,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're all watching
Yeah,
this.
we're
This
all
is
into
better
this.
than Bert Kreischer's film already.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. But this is going on right now.
Yeah.
Right now. She just got out, and her boyfriend's out on like $20,000 bond. He's like...
They're both going to kill him, I think. And just
yeah.
they'll fall madly in love again over this experience.
No.
How
Do
fucking
you remember
hot.
when the prison worker and the prison inmate ran away together and they
like
both had
in
the same
Orange
last
is the New
name?
Black.
Yeah.
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 Dude.
That's so hot.
But anyway,
That's pretty cool.
So fucking
where I
hot.
was ultimately going is stories like this, or Brian Laundrie, or your
Yeah.
girlfriend going missing while you're...
Driving back from Florida, man.
those are infinitely so much more entertaining than what's on the news anymore. Like,
Oh, for sure.
Those are like the kind of stories that bring the world together. Like, you hear about this bitch trying to murder her husband?
It's real.
Yeah.
It's like the realness.
Yeah.
Like even Tiger King had a little bit of that. Where
Yeah.
Oh my God,
did you hear that
yeah.
they found that lady's husband?
No.
Where?
In the fucking wherever she said he was. That's where
Murdered?
he was.
Yeah.
No, he was alive.
He was alive.
Yeah, he was 100%.
But they did
alive.
find him.
Yeah, they
Wait,
found him.
she didn't kill him.
She got
No.
vindicated.
The entire world.
I mean, he still wanted to get the fuck away from her. But
And you guys didn't know, so
in
it's not like
2020,
yeah,
the only thing we agreed on as a nation
Yeah.
is that she kicked.
Carol
She-
Baskin
she killed her husband.
Her husband.
Yeah. And
There was that
she
whole
did
song
it.
about it.
Yeah.
I think we should separate now. I think just
No,
as a
no,
country,
'cause-
just call it whatever side
Here's-
of the fence you were on. Go.
Laura, my girlfriend met Carol Baskin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one more weird connection to
Where?
Did she have a
people
tiger with
missing.
her?
No, but we
That's
grew up in
disappointing.
Florida, so we went to the sanctuary all
Oh,
the
yeah.
time.
You pet the little tigers on drugs and shit. Yeah.
Did you see someone with one arm just shoveling shit in a bucket? That was the worst part of that entire series.
she was still so happy though.
Yeah, and but she was like kind of just like they put some gauze on it and they were like, "All right, kid,
Yeah.
get back out there."
Yeah,
and
rub
she
some dirt
still
in
has
it.
the worst job in the place.
Yeah, it's crazy.
She's like,
let
I
her
get
be-
paid in cereal and meth. I'm very
to
And
pay
excited.
I get to
Tigers.
listen to Joe fuck his boys.
You ever have Frosted Flakes made with tiger's milk? It's delicious.
It's great.
It's like
Yeah.
Tony the Tiger comes.
This is what this is the crazy thing is. You know why you haven't heard about this? Why this isn't big is because like they need 2 years to fucking destroy this docu-series. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like give them 2 years. Don't
can't
even
wait.
like honestly like remember back in the day when people like spoiler alert like people like don't tell me it's on DVR like
Yeah.
don't tell me or men like don't tell me who won. I'm
Staying
gonna
off
watch
Twitter
the game.
because-
Staying off Twitter. We need to, as a society, be like, everyone just ignore that this motherfucker's alive. Assume she did it, and give ourselves 2 years
Yeah.
to
To
just
hear
be like
about it.
mind blown.
Well, and it's got to be. It's still going on, right?
'Cause
We're in the midst of it.
They made Tiger King 2, and it was a flop. How
Yeah.
often do you flop on the second, and the third just knocks it out of the park? Like,
Wow.
dude,
They
they're
have
about
a
to
chance
Fast and
now.
the Furious Tiger King and make it a massive franchise. Just let them.
No, I hope
It's all
they do.
about family.
Yeah.
It's all about tigers.
The Doc guy was the coolest one to
Yeah.
me.
Doc Antle.
Wasn't the second season all about him? More about him?
I honestly I didn't
Or
watch
there
it.
was like maybe there was like a spin-off series about him, but he's
Maybe,
like
Better Call.
Anybody
Yeah.
slightly culty.
he deserves one because
Yeah.
he's not
Kind of
slightly
cool.
coldy.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
100%
people have
cold.
his initials tattooed on them
Yeah,
for sure.
all those women that work for him are like initiated into his tiger sanctuary and shit. Yeah,
His
Yeah.
tiger situation.
Yeah, and he got him all like plastic surgery and
I
shit.
mean,
He's
that
like-
doesn't sound like a bad deal. You get new tits and a pet tiger.
I'd do it.
Of all the cults.
sure.
And
I
Some
you-
of
heard,
them are like shitting in buckets and doing mass suicide. She gets tits.
I heard Chris D'Elia had the same deal.
Yeah. Honestly,
better to look at least.
It's unabashedly on the low, still happening.
Doc.
It's-
Where?
No, Dalia
Oh,
is like some. I saw some rapper the other day who's like a big Dalia fan, like brought Dalia out on stage or something
Was
like
it
that.
Eminem?
I don't know who it was.
Oh, that's right. He was doing stuff with Eminem for right at the
I've
cusp of
always
that,
been
though.
such a Jalea fan. It has not wavered, and the fact that you just said that.
It's probably the Church of Scientology, honestly. If Chris D'Elia needs a good PR person right now, he needs Tom Cruise is who he needs. But
Or John Travolta.
I saw something the
Yeah.
other day on Instagram, and it was,
Travolta thinks life rips for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. And D'Elia was essentially like sharing their post and was like, "This guy's in # the cult now, and like we're building something." And like that's kind of what he's always been saying is like,
Really?
"I'm building a cult," and like
100%.
yeah.
Well, it's kind of wild to me that it
Which
means
is
they're.
what people were calling him out on, but he was like, I mean, it's hard to hide from the thing that you've definitely been.
Yeah.
Especially when people have the same tattoo permanently on their body.
Yeah.
But D'Elia talks a lot about being sober, like how he doesn't drink or do drugs. And Eminem got sober like how many years ago? So it's interesting they're both like doing some kind of culty shit totally in their right minds. I like that.
Well, totally sober.
Yeah, because I don't want it to be some kind of schizophrenic shit. I want to know you mean it. I want to know this is who
Well, that's
you
the
are.
drug for Delia, right? It's ladies.
Yeah, well, no,
thrill.
I think it's ego. Yes,
Sure,
I think
yeah,
it's
yeah,
very
yeah.
much that. Would you guys watch Idol?
The Chase?
I mean, you have no reason to.
American Idol?
No, it's you.
Every
Oh,
year.
it's called The Idol.
The Idol. So the people who made Euphoria made a mini series. And it just came out, and it stars The Weeknd, and he plays this like sex culty guy who like grooms amazing young musicians.
Sounds like a weekend activity.
And Johnny Depp's daughter plays the girl, and it's Euphoria people, so it's just completely
it's fucking
unabashed.
porn.
It's her
It's
getting
porn.
fucked on camera. You know, it's wild, and that's not what a lot of people are doing. So
I liked Euphoria a lot better when it was
I
called
never
Degrassi.
nice, thank you.
I said that 3 times on this podcast.
I know you
and
just-
that's the time it hit.
I know
And it
you
was-
just. I knew you're running a bit on me, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
I like it.
There's got to be a gender neutral kid on Euphoria in a wheelchair. I'm sure.
It's the next big rapper.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly,
He's not
Wait.
Canadian, but he's like
yeah.
Guatemalan or something.
No, yeah.
You said you had topics. We have not gone in any of your directions.
No, I kinda
You
do
had
love that. It
sex
doesn't matter.
And weed
You know,
topics.
they're there
prepared.
if this dries
Okay.
up.
May
yeah.
I
Alright.
tell a story then while we're
I
on the
would-
topic
I
of
love this.
He loves
dude.
a story.
I'm having
Please.
fun.
while we're on the topic of the Idol kind of shit or of the Leah shit or Ted whoever who had all the
Nugent.
the gay religion cult. You know what I mean? Like everyone cults are fun no matter how they are.
Wait, was that their official name?
No,
Gay religion.
yeah, no, it was like the guy who was like the massive pray the gay away guy, and he had
like
he
Ted
had-
Haggard or
Ted
something like
Haggard.
that?
Do you think?
Yeah.
But just cults in general.
Yeah.
But there is there's a
I do
comic-
like Colts. There's like the
Yeah.
people that wore the Nikes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The for Eternals or whatever they were called. The Heaven's Gate.
Yeah.
What?
Heaven's
they wore
Gate cult?
Nikes?
Yeah.
What
they
a
all
rich
wore
kid fucking cult. They were like, yo, as part of our uniforms, somebody's got to wait outside on Melrose.
Listen, I know
Pick up 154 pairs.
I know sneakerheads, and for a fucking fresh drop, they'll let you fuck their wife. You know what I mean?
Sure.
that is also for sneakerheads. That's got to be the way you want to go out. Is like fresh pair of white Nikes. I
Yeah.
mean,
They're like on the apps where you can
Yeah.
sell sneakers. They're like $1,000 or one
Yeah.
night with my wife. So that's
Yeah.
fine,
hot wife for the night.
Yeah. What the fuck?
That's wild. I don't like sneakers. I buy my sneakers from the kids section at like Kohl's and shit. To think that I would like let someone else fuck my wife is wild.
Yeah, I'm not a big shoe.
I don't
head.
have a wife though, so maybe it's not about the shoes. It's about the wife I don't have.
It's about
So-
the shoes.
In the world of
With ladies, it's always about the shoes.
in the world of entertainment cult, I worked at a club in LA after I moved from here, and it was easy to do with Comedy Works on your resume. Happened super fast. And I was living in my car at the time, and it got cold here, so I moved to LA, and they gave me a job.
No shit.
And yeah, and that's
crazy.
Yeah, and
Where were you parking at this time?
here I was
Yeah.
doing Lakeview a lot because I would shower at that Planet Fitness over there. But what I
Gym
learned
membership's the move.
what I learned very
you're in a
quickly is, and
Ew.
when I moved here, I lived in like 5 Points area, and I worked at a Starbucks on 17th over like by the hospital. So I was still in that area a lot, but I would sleep a lot over like Lakeview, Arvad. It's just
Yeah.
cops give less of a fuck out there. Like the very first night I did it, I woke up on a street and there was like a cop car sitting across the street from me, and I was like, oh, this is one of those lessons that you learn really hard, really fast. But anyway, so there is at the club I was working at, there's this comic who had a weekly show, and it was a massive show, and it was like very intense show, and he legitimately has like a harem of women that kind of like when I worked at the club, girls would walk up to the door and be like, I'm here to see him, and I'm trying not to use too many names, but and girls would be like, I'm here to see him, and and you were instructed to tell her to wait at the bar for him, and they would show up in like club attire, like to the nines, you know what I mean? Like just these just fucking crazy hot, like Instagrammy hot women, and they would be waiting for him, and they were almost like there to like audition. You know what I mean?
Like some R. Kelly shit.
Kind of, sure, maybe, but like the vibe that I kind
To
of
get like reviewed almost to like see how he feels about them.
no, for him to meet him and like
probably how like the Playboy house is, right?
This is what I think is happening. Is I think that a lot of people in his sphere, when they're in LA, go through
His being Jerry Seinfeld, right?
Yes, Jerry Seinfeld. This is comedians in cars catching some pussy. You know what I mean? Like
Comedians in cars with minors.
yeah. Oh my god. Should be dude. Can Chris Hansen be the host? Is he still around?
I should be.
He's the host.
It should be Hannah Gadsby does comedians in cars touching minors. But what I think is,
Salt's in the back seat.
I think that there are like athletes and musicians and shit in this guy's sphere of influence, and I think a lot of them kind of go through him for escorts, events, shit like that.
Sure.
And so I think a lot of girls are around because it's like, well, you're automatically getting your extensions and shit paid for. You're getting your nails paid for. You're probably getting new tits.
Dude, this
like
guy's pimping from the green room?
Essentially, yeah. And he does
not
not.
a bad place to pick from. Especially if they give you Fiji water.
I ran sound for him on a virtual
Everyone's
show.
hydrated.
It was during COVID. They were doing virtual shows. I ran sound for him, and he rented out the room, and they called me to come work for him. And great dude, pays well, cash. He's just very much like, he's honestly great. And he was doing this show, and it was during COVID. Sorry, thank you. That's kind of why my mind was running. The joint was running, and my mind was running. And during COVID, he shows up with like posse, 8 chicks, security, and they're like rolling blunts in the comedy room, and they're in our
no
club.
one's wearing a mask.
No, well, yeah, obviously.
I'll be honest, this does sound like the
These
coolest.
people don't wear condoms, you know what I mean? That joke's been done a billion times, but like these girls are fucking like.
No filters.
Yeah, it's wild shit, and it's like they're getting like $600 Uber Eats orders to the club and shit. You know what I mean? Just like it's just wild.
That kind of like wealth is such a different, crazy part of life.
and the wild his isn't.
I knew one person when I was around that would live that way, and you just like are in their world for a second. Once you're around it, and you're like, holy shit, this is. I mean, it's like spend money, make money somehow, but like it is insane.
And in LA, it's wild. Like we're around such a significant amount of it just being, in a place that there's so many people who have such an exorbitant amount of money and being around entertainment. And we like, it continues to blow our mind. Like it's not like we've seen it once or twice and we're like over it. Like we look at each other daily and we're like, this fucking toilet seat heats up? What?
Yeah.
You just buy clothes when you get to the city?
Yeah.
You don't pack anything?
Yeah.
We were talking about that. Like we
Isn't
were
that
like looking
crazy?
for dope jackets at thrift stores because we were like, so a rich family came out here and bought their 8-year-old like a Patagonia jacket that will fit me perfectly.
She wears 8-year-old boys' clothes. So.
Or girls. Don't make me sound like I'm square only.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I can do girls or boys.
You're right. They do have some pretty hot fits on the young girls.
Honestly, they really do.
Like, that's a
Make
nice
you say,
V-neck.
gosh, but gosh.
It's a 7-year-old deep V.
Yeah.
It's got My Little Pony on
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Just a bodysuit that tag says 4T. You're like, this is weird.
The My Little Pony thing's another one. That's like some cartoonist who has a sex cult, right? But
Bronies.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
The
Well,
bronies.
that's-
They're
the
bros.
bronies, yeah.
The bros into ponies.
Oh.
You really don't know
wait,
about that one, dude?
Yeah. Oh, we watched
That's
one.
why-
Should I stop My Little Pony at my house now?
So for your daughter, it's okay.
Okay.
yeah,
We
if it's
watched
for your
one.
son, stop it immediately.
Yeah, for sure.
We watched one for Thoughts, and it's just anime of like two.
Two horse
Two-
people
Yeah.
fucking.
Interesting.
It's anime is
Like-
such a wild
I
world.
think we were off air when we talked to them about thoughts, so you can
Were we?
explain. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually, okay, yeah, we should. We should
Yeah.
actually introduce you guys.
Yeah.
We've
Oh.
never even said your name.
thank
We
you.
are such stoners.
Hey, look, once we need to, we can go to the
Chemistry's
list.
chemistry.
First
yeah.
thing on the thing says introduce their names.
That's why you make a list.
Yeah. Very prepared.
My favorite thing. No, not yet. I want it. We've been trying to quit vaping, and now we share a vape. And
just
I
keep
hate
passing it
sharing
back
a
and
vape
forth,
with
yeah.
him
Yeah.
because I just want it all the time. Like I don't feel good if it's not in my hand. You know.
You could share a dog with the vape.
Yeah. Not
Oh
gonna
man,
happen.
that dog is comfy.
Yeah.
But look He rolled out and his head is on the cord.
Yeah.
He's so
I
weird.
just have-
Face
Out at
is on an
parties like that.
XLR, yeah.
He
You get a
loves
draw on
it.
his face.
He loves it.
That's why when he was getting cripey, I was like, he might try to chew on a cord, but he'll probably just sleep on one.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna run for that rubber bandy thing. I
Yeah.
thought he was gonna get that.
Oh, that thing you
Intro?
could tie around his nose.
Oh yeah, I would love to do that.
Yeah.
And stuff a cotton ball on each. I asked him recently. I was like, "How often do you think about just like strangling our dog to death?" And he goes, "Never."
Never.
And I was like, "Okay, ew."
How often do you?
Like 5 to 12 times a day.
That's a mom thing, though.
Yeah.
It's like
They're evil.
Yeah, that's why it's like they celebrate Smother's Day. Mm-hmm. It's like
Oh,
the
hell
moms
yeah,
that
that's
put
a-
out their children.
That's a good
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Honestly, and the moms who haven't put out their children are obsessed with them, so Mother's Day would work either way.
Put out their children. Like a Pall Mall.
Yeah, like
Down to the filter. Let's put my fucking little baby out and let's throw the ashes in the trash. That's wild. I like that.
what was her name in Florida? The one that
She smothered her baby.
Casey Anthony?
yeah.
No.
You riled her up.
Yo! Listen.
Are you pro Anthony?
This
I
is
am
her
pro
conspiracy theory, dude.
Well,
I am
oh wow.
pro
Okay. Well,
Anthony.
after
You think her dad did it or what?
Yes, I do think her
Oh,
dad
yeah.
did.
I think her dad did it too.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, so
Break
we
it down.
watched the documentary on Peacock, to be fair.
Listen, every
I-
documentary has a side, right?
But
We
I love
acknowledge.
this story. It's wild because I have been talking about Casey Anthony on stage for like 2 years, and the documentary came out after I was already talking about her, and I
That's
was like,
perfect.
I'm gonna make a bit out of this, and I
Yeah.
got so excited, and I watched the documentary.
Wait. You said you were talking on stage about it, and then
Yeah.
you decided you were going to make a bit about specifically the doc.
Well, just like more, yeah, that it had come
Okay.
out, and we learned more, and blah blah blah.
We did a riff mic, and it's called in LA, and it's called A Hill to Die On, and she chose to die on the hill of Casey
Oh, I bet
Anthony.
because that's a fucking hill. dude.
Yeah.
I remember.
That's a mountain.
I
Yeah.
remember when
And
it
it's
happened.
divey.
Everyone being
That's a
obsessed
cool
with the
idea.
story.
Yeah.
And I didn't think she did it then. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I just loved her. And then the documentary came out, and it's one sided, but it's kind of like, I don't know. It very much points to the fact that her dad is a pedophile.
Yeah.
And
So-
like touched her whole life.
Let's
He
give
left.
him 1 second. Let's keep going about how it is. It tells you that her dad is a pedophile,
Right.
and it's very. Let's hang for him for a second.
All right, word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's becoming an editing nightmare. I
No,
can
it's
pause
fine.
it if you want.
No, he's. This is what he does.
I use the same board, so I'm like, oh, I'll pause him out real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You
Nah, it'll
guys.
be all right.
Editing our episodes and shit is the worst part of my day.
Really?
I hate editing. It's weird. I get into it once I'm into it, but like,
Yeah, it's one of those things where like if you like making posters for shows, I feel like where,
Yes.
like once you get in the flow of it, you're like, all right, I kind of enjoy this, but
Yeah.
when you have to like start it, it's such a fucking
Yeah.
task. Yeah.
I just decided to start a new workflow where when I cut up a clip for like Instagram, I make like 5 clips from the same one
Yeah.
and like caption them all like they're ready,
Mm-hmm.
and then I don't have to do it because it's like it's so much easier if you don't have to start fresh.
Right. Exactly. I agree with that. For sure.
I work on that's kind of what I do is I do content for people.
Okay.
And that's how I got into now having my podcast.
Yeah.
But I still have one client that I do like still produce for, or edit for, and upload for.
Yeah.
And it's like it's
I'm
so
okay.
hard to learn. I'm good, thank you.
We
DUI
smoke
survivor.
way too much
so,
weed to
yeah.
have more than one habit.
I appreciate it though. I do want it, but I will not partake.
Want a healthy soda?
No, thank you. I just cracked a Red Bull. You want a healthy
What
soda?
flavor?
Lemon lime.
Oh, she
Maybe.
wants it.
I'm gonna keep it near me for a second and think about it.
Anyway, we're tangenting a lot, but we want to wave. I want
Lightly
to.
shake before popping. There's a hidden camera. I mean, it's not hidden at all, but this is all. Are they sponsoring you to
You think
have
it's a
me
gag?
shake this and then it explodes in my fucking face?
I think it says "Be gutsy" on it, dude.
You will have to explain to your audience tonight why I come looking like.
You just got hosed down?
Yeah,
You'll fit in with
like some
honestly,
church
you'll
camp was
fit
having
in
a
with
slip
the
and slide.
whole vibe of the place. Honestly.
Cool.
Wow.
Those are
How
my kind of
funny would
people.
that be, though, if I did shake up a can and have somebody? Wow, that's next level comedy, dude.
Yeah.
That's like classic stuff.
We're like we just hang out. We don't
That's
do
like
bits
what the
and then-
internet was made for. That's remember like when fucking Vine was big.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that kind of shit.
Okay, so I wanted to wait for you, and you can edit it out, but I want her to defend Casey Anthony for you. I really do.
I do.
Okay.
I'm crazy interested because
Yeah.
I've listened to probably 17
So-
things about it.
I love like. Do you remember when the story happened? Like, were you into it then?
Yeah.
Me too. And
I
I
mean,
thought
I'm from Florida. So
Yes,
it was like
yes,
the home.
yes,
home
Your
I'm from
cousin, like,
Tampa.
fucked her
So
or
like
sold her
it's like
coke.
in our backyard.
Okay. So this is
Karate.
fun. This
I
is
also
fun.
knew the types of
Yeah.
like ladies that would party that hard. Those photos, I was like, I could see myself
you're
in the
like
background.
my sister has so many on these like on the wall.
Yeah, or inside of a tiki
Yeah.
hut somewhere
Yeah,
that
yeah.
You
while
knew-
she flashed the camera.
It's the kind of town that the bathrooms just have photos up of tits in the like on the
Exactly.
walls. I love those places.
You knew some rotten apples that probably fell off the Anthony
some-
tree.
some
You know?
naughty moms, dude.
Yeah.
Florida,
Naughty
that's
moms.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Who
don't,
put their baby out?
Is that the Florida State bird? Just naughty moms.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're it's so funny.
Sorry.
No, it's
I think that's a very funny bird. I
There's-
just can't imagine what their beaks will look like.
the Florida
you know?
state flag has a native woman with a child, and I just imagine her bending over now. And
Like the ad on Schitt's Creek. Do you remember? Did you watch Schitt's Creek?
I didn't know.
There's an ad where it's like a brother and sister, and they're like getting water or something out of the river, but it looks like he's fucking his sister while she's has a bucket and a pail. It's a fun graphic. Anyway, I don't think she did it. I don't
Casey
know.
Anthony. You don't think Casey
No,
Anthony?
I don't think
So
she did it.
the way
I do think she knows probably more than she let on, and certainly.
You don't think she would have spilled those beans while behind bars? That's where I start
Well,
to.
because the thing is, she wasn't in prison for that. Like, she was only in jail, like prison, whatever the fucking one is, where you get more
Probably
than
jail.
a sandwich, right?
She was found innocent, so probably jail. She was probably
But
being
no,
held-
but so she was
because
on.
she was doing visits. She was getting visits from her parents. They
She
were
was on
coming
trial
in.
for 3 years, like
Yeah.
3.5 years, and then the trial was like a boatload of time.
The
So
verdict was
It was
insane.
so
Yeah.
long. Like, and so anyway, my point is, by the time they did find her guilty of like a few charges. Like, I think it was like neglect, lying to like
Totally.
the FBI, blah blah blah. It was time served. Was her sentence?
Oh, true.
So she wasn't really like all the time she was there. She was,
it was like
still
hindering,
awaiting trial.
Yeah.
hindering an
Why
investigation.
would she give any information when she still thought she could get away with it? And her legal team was fucking nuts. So what's cool about it though is that like her family kind of kicked her out after she got out of prison. She didn't know where to go. And her legal team took her in, and she's been working for them for like the last 10,
she's a
12
legal
years.
researcher.
Oh wow.
Maybe
Yeah.
I did
Lives
see
in
that
exile.
I saw that as like an article. It was like Casey
Yeah.
Anthony is
So-
now working for a
so-
law team.
Yeah.
The dad-
And it's cute. She's like so into it.
Hey, I'm a fan of girl bosses, dude.
I like her.
and
And she got offered a gig, like an ad with Playboy, like right after she got out of jail.
it's hard to
and
be a
turned
girl
it
boss if you
down.
got a kid. That's where the career
Yeah.
came in. Is
Yeah.
you could,
And she's still hot. Don't you think we watched it?
yeah,
on-
she's
she
good.
is.
she's pretty hot.
I
like,
do think out of all of the female killers, because there's a list of them, she's probably the best looking.
but
yes,
I don't think she's a killer.
Female-
But if it's even attempted killers, then yes.
I guess
infamous
zeitgeist.
infamous female. She's the hottest. Is she as hot as half the teachers in Florida that fuck their students?
I don't know if hottest.
No.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will
real heroes.
summarize the docuseries,
Teachers.
the biased from the Anthony perspective docuseries.
Middle
It starts by letting you know that the father is a deadbeat private eye, retired, or he's like a kind of disgraced detective, moves to Florida, never picks up any gigs. He's a freelancer, lives off his wife, and according
Just got hired to go down to the Bahamas.
yes.
Yeah.
Dude, how crazy
The
would that be?
only time he works is things he can't talk about.
And according to Casey, he was molesting her.
Totally. I remember that
Yes.
her
from
whole life.
Her whole
yeah.
life, and like he
things that
stopped.
I've
He
seen, yeah.
stopped
Yeah.
when she was like 14, and her brother started almost immediately after her father stopped. So her father's this like retired, like investigator turned PI. He kind of fucking cleans it up for the cameras and kind of works with the detectives and kind of gets in on the investigation and is almost kind of like helping with the investigation.
Yeah, because I remember him
Yeah.
in his. It's
on
like the mom
televised. Yeah, like he was
being
his,
involved, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So then then a lot of stuff kind of starts to come out. The way it kind of gives you the information is they interviewed all of her friends and family who turned her back on her, and they kind of asked them all the same set of questions. And you kind of get the first set of questions in episode 1, and by the end of episode 6,
I think it's 3. I think it's just the 3 part.
3. I'm sorry, 3. I was thinking 6.
Yeah, I think it's 3 because I think that's like
are
the
there
past,
Are
the
they
present.
2 hours?
Yeah,
who
they're
knows?
long. It's annoying.
But so
it is just as annoying to watch it as it is to listen to us explain it. I promise. I promise.
I hate
So-
that. You mean you're cutting out all the nonsense filler at least?
By the end, we learn that like her father probably raped her whole life. He was fucking a woman. He was having an affair while he was part of he kind of was getting like pussy in the search party for
From the
Kaylee
fame and, like,
Anthony.
the celebrity.
Yeah.
He was like
he was like bending chicks over the leaf pile.
he was like
to look
Will
for
Ferrell
bodies.
on Wedding Crashers. Like, no joke. Like,
shit.
fucking taking this, like, fucking, I'm searching for my granddaughter. So then he does, the eulogy he does for his granddaughter at her funeral is televised, and they show it in the final episode. And he is not even really talking about his granddaughter so much as he's talking about children.
And he
goes,
graphically is
he
describing
says,
things.
I miss my little girl. You know, there's nothing like the smell of a child's hair after they've been playing in the
Biden.
grass. Yeah, no, honestly, it's like him sniffing the little girl in the fucking.
Wow.
And he's like, I love the smell of children. It's like really sick shit that
Yeah.
if they played in 2020, if they played after your boy Q dropped all his shit out, the now woke Q society would be like, that guy fucked his daughter.
Yeah.
But so they show that to all of her friends and family who kind of turn their backs on her. And all of them at the end are like speechless.
Yeah.
Like, ooh.
I guess we didn't see it in this context.
Yeah. And so, again, super
Wow.
biased, kind of
Yeah.
done, I think, by the people who helped her get free and shit. You know what I mean? But that is.
Was when he
it's
was
interesting.
explaining, dude, just like, have we like examined this film, see if he's like rock hard during it?
Dude, I was rock hard during it. How was he not? You know what I mean? It's like,
You could barely even see the body.
I was
from
about to
the
go play in the
angle,
grass.
you know?
I was getting wild. I was
What do children smell
Yeah.
like?
just fucking.
He's like, I'm getting up early tomorrow to catch the bus before kindergarten. See if I can get a whiff of them.
Dude, I'm a campus monitor now at my local.
The new baby smell as the car scent in your car.
God. That's so funny.
Um,
Anyway, I think I am successfully starting a Casey Anthony call because, like, that great work.
Yeah.
He was like, I want to hear you defend her. And then he was like, no, babe, just sit down. I got this.
Well, I tried to serve it up to you, and you were like, "Nah, I just believe she's free." And I'm like, "No, we could tell this tale and
That's
take
how
up."
you know this was my conspiracy theory, and he won't even let me have it. That's how conspiracy
You didn't
theory
wa-
he is.
You didn't want to have it, and
You're
how
right.
cool would it be if we
You're
didn't
right.
even
I just wanted the tip. You wanted the whole thing.
if we didn't even get to intros because we were just having fun with Casey Anthony? How fun would that be?
That's
That's
perfect.
exactly what happened. So we're crushing it.
Yeah.
I do love that you did have favorite conspiracy locked and loaded. That's
Yeah.
definitely one of our regular bits.
Is
So
there any proof that her dad did it? Besides, I mean, all that for sure.
A
I
little
look at
bit.
that.
There's the way that her brother recalled the way that. So what happened is. He came in the house while she was asleep and was like, "Shut the fuck up! Don't make fun of me." It is riveting.
Hey, how many times has that word been used on this podcast? Is this
Probably
the
never.
first?
I might.
Dude, this is Trailer Epstein.
It's riffing.
This is my
Sorry.
people's Epstein, dude. Okay.
He loves all things Florida.
He wakes her. He wakes
my man, dude.
He wakes Casey up in the middle of the night and says, "Where's Kaylee?" And she's like, "What do you mean, where's Kaylee? She was sleeping right next to me." And he goes, "Where's Kaylee?" And he goes, "I'll be right back." And he brings her in soaking wet, wrapped in a towel. But and he's like, and he tells her he's gonna take her to the hospital.
But he also tells her that he found
He
Kaylee
found-
in the pool.
In the pool, which it's like a white trash pool above ground, has a ladder. The ladder's not even out.
I
It's
partied
not
in a lot of those.
Yeah.
I grew up with one of those.
Kaylee has this.
I skinny dipped with
Casey
lots
has
of fellas.
Casey has this crazy repressed memory about when she used to resist her father, he would strangle her unconscious and finish. So what she kind of thinks is This gets dark. Sorry. Yeah. What she thinks is that he probably strangled Kaylee out to finish because she was resisting the way he used to do with her, and then threw her in the pool to say she was drowned. Then he wraps her up in this blanket, tapes her hands and her feet in the blanket, wraps a bunch of tape around this blanket, tosses it in the trunk of a car, parks it out in a swamp.
Yeah.
And the brother, who tries to stay away from it, like, because, this guy is, like, getting outed as, like, a fucking incester, too, you know what I mean?
Totally.
But he has this, like, weird repressed memory, too, that he remembers about how the dad, when the family...
You don't want to get brother tude.
Yeah, brother tude.
Dude, no good.
You should save that as, like, a porn channel name. Dude, think about the intro you could have with it, the graphics.
The incest intro.
I'm so into different porn intros. My favorite, Team Skeet is my favorite. They have this like house beat, but they fucking charge, which is like.
For roast battle, I use the Pornhub sound all the time when somebody does one of those.
So
that's fun.
And it's so funny because it hits half of the people, and then the other half are kind of like, what is that? And then the other ones feel guilty for knowing exactly what it is.
That's so fun. And half the dudes are checking their phone because they're like, oh shit, was that me?
Did I open up the wrong folder?
Yeah. Dude, one time, I watch porn a lot, like for fun, for thoughts, and because I actually like it. But I was watching porn, and then I went to go host an open mic, and there was a show. I had a show. I was hosting...
Post porn?
Yes, I think I was hosting a midnight open mic or something.
I couldn't imagine hosting an open mic when you got that post nut clarity still with you.
No,
Clear your
I get
heads are.
sleepy. I get sleepy. I'm over it. I want to do nothing. I'm like, my day is complete.
She does no time between comics, and it's great.
Hell yeah.
She's spent.
I'm done.
You just get wrapped up, put in a trunk, and left in a swamp.
Yeah.
There was a show going on, and I was hosting the late night mic after, and I walked in, and the show was still going on, and my phone automatically like somehow took over the Bluetooth because it was a place I hosted a lot. And because I didn't have any music playing on my phone, it started playing what was in my browser, which was porn. And the show was going on. There was no music playing. Someone was on stage. Oh. It took so literally just porn started playing in the back of somebody's set, and I was like, and I couldn't get my.
Which is a curveball that either a good comedian's going to do great with or completely fumble.
Yeah.
This isn't nearly as bad, but one time I was at one of my own shows. I didn't realize that my phone was connected to the Bluetooth speaker that they're using, and I didn't know how to pronounce the next comic's name. So I went outside to look up like a video of them on YouTube, and so I just hear like inside I hear like the next person's name play on the speaker, and I'm like, oh my god.
If you honestly
you start running him to the stage.
Honestly, a good host could roll that shit off too, though.
Yeah.
You'd be like, "How dope was that sound cue I planned?"
Yeah.
I used to play music at the coffee shop through my phone, and I remember going to the bathroom once and opening up Snapchat or one of those things, and I was like, I can't hear it. Like, what are they saying? And it's something
you keep replaying it over and over
and
and
I'm
over.
turning it up as loud as until I can hear it through the bathroom, and I'm like,
oh shit,
my god.
And at the end, everyone has cum all over them inside the coffee shop. Oh my god, that's wild.
Do we have any more on Kaylee? I feel like you had one.
Oh yeah, it was just that like her brother kind of.
Does he have more?
Her brother kind of remembered that that when the family dog died, that's how he wrapped it in a blanket and taped it all up like that, and so. There's like slight memory of the father disposing of a body, an animal's body, the same way that Kaylee was found in the trunk of that car. So
there's no like definitive. I don't think.
And there was the quote from Kaylee, right? Mm-hmm. Beforehand, she had said, "I'm here for a good time, not a long time."
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Kaylee said that.
Kaylee.
Anthony. She was like, "I'm here for a good time, not a long time."
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I smoked a little too much. I get the joke now, and it's really good.
I get it now too.
But it fucking skimmed right above me.
Way too many words for a 3-year-old. She did not say that.
Kaylee Anthony.
I know that she did not.
That's how Florida.
Every clip was her going, nah. Like now she can say a phrase.
That's how Florida she is. Her first words are a Kenny Chesney song.
It's on the way out. It's very hold my beer style.
Yeah. Just a video of her on a VHS doing Kenny Chesney karaoke.
Hi, I'm Kaylee Anthony. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. This is the trunk.
Oh my god.
Welcome to Jackass.
Honestly, that meme fucking 10 years ago would have been hated, but used.
Yeah. You would have gotten famous off that meme.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hey, most of my good jokes are about 12 years old.
Yeah, that's when they're their tightest, you know.
Hey,
Older and wiser. It's just that joke's wiser. That's all. That joke has already failed, and what that joke has destroyed, lost a career. That joke is
Yeah, someone who's 20 years old wouldn't fuck with that joke, but
no.
it holds up
Yeah.
for what it is. For what she is.
Yeah, the youngsters would call that joke a boomer, but you just know that shit slaps. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, no cap.
Yeah.
I think it shows how old we are that we're saying slaps. I think it's over.
Oh, it is. That's why it's fun to say now.
I know, but that's the sign of being old is when adults poke each other and be like, that slaps, huh?
Dude, you don't
for
get
sure.
jiggy with it.
Oh my
still?
God.
Fire, dude.
Dude.
No, you wait. That they're fucking. They took back Playboy bunnies. Have you guys seen this? Playboy bunny is back out, like it's in like Urban Outfitters and shit. That is not yours.
Hella.
Yeah.
You don't know.
That's
you don't
ours.
get it. That's yeah.
Yeah.
You know that is ours because we literally temporarily tattooed them on our bodies at the tanning salon.
Yeah.
Those
That's
Playboy
true.
bunny stickers, that was on my pussy for years.
Yeah, that was on fleek when we were
Yeah.
On fleek.
into like motocross Fox t-shirts.
Yeah. No fear.
Yeah, Monster was sponsoring every event we went to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care if Sears wants to bring any of this shit back. You know what I mean? Like South Pole's mine. Sears can't have it now.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the designs on the butts on
Yeah.
those things,
Oh,
the
my
South
apple
Pole jeans.
bottoms.
Yeah, dude,
Oh,
boots
I
with
fuck
the
with some
fur.
apple bottoms.
Juicy on the ass.
Oh my god! Well, juicy sweatsuits are back, and they're like $250 at Macy's. Get the
course.
fuck out of here! Those were for trash girls.
Yeah.
It meant they were cheap.
The best kinds.
But I,
Now
but,
you
but
come
I was
back.
poor. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now you come back, and we're just like the people who supported you and made
The
you.
girls that practice getting out of handcuffs with the hoop earrings that they had
the
on.
amount of white trash men who have come across that juicy. You have us to thank, and now you've outpriced us. Fuck you.
Yeah. That was like the upper the upper working class hot mom. Stacy's mom had Juicy on the
Yeah,
ass.
Regina George's mom.
Yeah, Regina George's
Big
mom.
time.
Yeah.
I just watched Mean Girls last night.
For the first time?
No.
Oh, just again.
Yeah, for the first time this month.
Just because Netflix sometimes, when you Netflix, you got to go nostalgia program.
It's
We
so
do.
funny too, dude. I
It's
mean,
so
the joke.
funny.
It's Tina Fey's
I
like
know.
masterpiece.
Yeah.
And Amy Poehler in it, just her role in general is so fun.
Yeah.
Such a fun movie.
Well, and Lindsay Lohan.
Oh my God,
Crushes
I know.
it. And-
I know. I think Mean Girls ruined her life though.
You
Because
think
she
that
was
was the end?
always like really hot, but when that movie came out, she was like next level hot, where she could do anything she wanted.
You know about Herbie? That they
The
had
car
to.
movie?
Yeah, they had to go in and digitally.
I thought that was her dirty agent or like her pervy manager.
That's what
Well,
she
you know
got.
about Herbie, right?
That's her.
Lindsay,
her,
get
her
on in
grandpa.
here. Let's talk about your future. Oh, Herbie.
No, Herbie
car,
in the movie, they had to digitally decrease the size of her boobs to make it a PG movie, or else it would have been PG-13, just because of her tits. Just
Her
because
real
of how
tit-
hot
like,
she was.
Were they her real tits?
Yeah, 100. I mean, yeah, yeah.
She is like pregnant or just had a baby now. Like she seems like relatively happy. I think she's married to like a chef.
You know the
No,
one who
she's
breaks my
married to
heart.
a finance. I think he's like a big hedge fund manager in
Whatever.
Dubai or some shit.
Yeah,
She
'cause
lives
she's
in
Muslim
Dubai.
though, right?
Yeah,
That's tight.
she lives in Dubai.
While poor
Andy
Amanda
Tate.
Bynes is running down Skid Row
Dude,
naked.
That's the one
Yeah.
that breaks my
Like,
heart,
what
dude.
happened?
It kills me.
Did she have like face tattoos now?
Yeah.
Dude, I want
Did
the.
you hear that just happened? A few weeks ago, she got 50, or 2 months ago now, she got 5150. She was running around Skid Row in downtown Los Angeles,
not know that.
naked.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and like,
51?
What's
That's
that? What
alcohol,
was the
right?
show called?
no,
No, it's
5150
like
is
psych.
crazy. Yeah.
And she was like stopping people's cars and leaning her head in the window and being like, I'm having a breakdown or something, right?
Yeah, no.
shit.
She asked somebody to call like 911 for her, like,
She got like what is Baker acted, which is a Florida law.
yeah.
Where like once you get Baker acted, you can never have a gun again.
Oh.
You like,
was like
get
Adam
held
Baker,
against your will.
first mass shooter in Florida.
It was a Baker, like it was because of a guy named Baker.
Wow.
But
You
yeah,
guys find a way to put something into a statue even without a physical statue.
it's so true.
You're like in memory of Baker.
Dude,
The
honestly,
Baker law.
honestly, Honestly, I love Florida, dude.
Dude, I dated a girl that Baker acted herself, and I didn't know anything about mental health, really. And I visited her at place where she's like, you know, not allowed to have her clothes.
Yeah.
She's not allowed to have
Was
a
she in,
pen.
like, a
She can't have
gown?
shoelaces.
They get
Yeah.
really comfy socks though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very.
and warm.
And I was just walking in, dumb, happy, like, oh, hey, visiting my girlfriend. She's a little sick, huh?
You thought it was
And,
going
like,
to be like Passages Malibu?
Yeah.
And it's a fucking prison cell?
dude, it was eye-opening. I was like,
Yeah.
She's in
whoa,
a straight jacket.
maybe your medicine isn't a bad thing.
Yeah.
I used to be a nurse, and when I had to do like my clinicals through psych, it's fucking wild.
Mm-hmm.
They're wild.
My medicine makes me hear voices. Are they telling you to calm down?
Are they cool voices?
Sometimes you need a good voice in the back of your head too. You know.
Yeah, one's Dr. Dre, one's Eminem.
Yeah.
Dude, maybe that's the treatment.
The angel and the devil.
It's just a person that follows schizophrenic people around and whispers good things for them to do.
Yeah.
That's
And
what
they
Amanda
don't
Bynes was
know.
up to.
Oh
actually.
my
That's
God.
why I put those
And then they
headphones on.
start doing the good things and they feel good.
That's like
and they
the
save the world.
like how comics are dog walkers. All the comics are gonna have this job, dude.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just walking.
Although I feel like the schizophrenic people might get more suicidal if comics have
maybe.
the job of
Maybe.
encouraging them.
If comics start hanging out with schizophrenic people, there's going to be so many more people at
Ew,
open mics.
can you imagine that? Can you imagine that mixed breed of human? Like the
I can.
second one comic fucks one crazy bitch like that, the
Here's
kind
the
you gotta
character
lock
my
up.
boss
Yeah.
has been working on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started in Vegas, and honestly, that actually sounds like the Vegas comedy scene when I
Yeah.
started.
That's so funny.
That's wild.
Wow, just working for
Yeah.
nonsense people.
Yeah.
I mean, it is kind of like you are supposed to. Sometimes the characters that you do meet in real life, you are so unbelievably blown away. You're like, you couldn't write something that funny.
Yeah.
I couldn't come up. Especially, I hate it when somebody. I mean, I don't hate it, but when somebody at an open mic that never has done comedy just walks up and every single fucking thing they say just murders for
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
reason, and they don't know what they're doing. They haven't figured it. Like at your show just the other night, there's a dude who doesn't really do comedy that much. He's just getting into it, and
Yeah.
he like just goes to your mic and maybe a couple others, and just murdered to where people that I highly respect sat down on the ground and were like in a competition with him. Like I can't.
I
do
think
anything.
it's if you've had such a wild life and you have good skill, like if you've been someone who always likes to tell stories and like
True.
be the clown of your group, and you have like in LA especially, we see a ton of celebrities that don't really do comedy, and they can easily get on a stage and do
entertain.
50,
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, like I just went to see Jeremy Piven. He was at like a bar show
That's
that
tight.
I do like sometimes, and so like it was cool for me to go to hang out. And I mean, he walked on stage and demolished. And his new, I mean, he's an actor. Like
Yeah.
he has a new movie coming out in like 3 weeks. Like he might be doing the road here and there, but like. I don't know. I don't think his primary focus is always stand up, and it's like he just has the presence to go on, and it crushes.
I think he kind of started around the time when I worked at the South Club, or like around that time, because I remember people were kind of like fucking
Jeremy Piven.
Yeah, there was like a fuck Jeremy Piven.
Yeah.
But she went and saw him, and she said he was like fun.
He was
and,
very
yeah.
good.
And honestly,
I mean, granted, the room was there to see him, so that's always helpful.
7 years of
100%.
comedy when you get to start with hours. Like
Yeah.
imagine how quick you could hit your 10,000 hours if you got to do it an hour at a time.
Every
When we
night,
started, we had to do it
3
3
times a
minutes at a time.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
one of the first like big shows I did was it was at the Oriental Theater in town, and it was
yeah.
just some TikTok guy who
It'll-
I guess
It's
decided
always
The amount
some
of them-
TikTok guy.
yeah.
I know 50 of them. Like
Yeah.
I know maybe
we
they're
personally
YouTube,
know
maybe they're
some of
TikTok.
them, and
Yeah.
they're awful people. All
Yeah,
of
Well,
them.
you know what? Here's the thing: they're awful comedians, but
Not all of
It-
them. That's
I think
not fair.
No, but and I think
No, you're
sometimes
right.
it shows. Very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Like on stage.
well, when I worked at the club, like, do you remember the Hodge twins?
This sounds kind of
They were
familiar.
like these like light skinned black twins, and they were like jacked, and they were like originally they were like natural bodybuilders on YouTube.
Okay.
And then they became stand up comedians for a few minutes, and then during the pandemic they shifted into like super right wing. We're the
I do know who you're
conservative
talking
brothers, but they've kind of just
you said the right.
they kind of
thing.
they kind of just like flowed through like all they rebranded themselves on the internet
They're like
over
Taylor
and over and over.
Swift.
Like
It's
YouTube.
what can't they do?
A few years ago, they were doing stand up, and they could sell out the improv like twice in a row,
Just
like
based off of
just based on massive
popularity
numbers and popularity. And I
base.
saw a woman from like England who had a cooking YouTube,
Followers.
and she did it too. And the crazy thing is, they're all your fans,
Right.
So for 15 minutes, it goes well.
Yeah.
It's like they like your inside jokes.
And they kind of start to realize,
Yeah,
like, oh,
they already know who your husband
Yeah.
is. So when you go, George, always they know. Like if you just said name of your wife or whatever, people
yeah.
would be like, you got to,
totally.
They're all
when they know.
they're in your
Yeah.
camp. So it's like you get 15 minutes
hits.
of like grace with them, and then at about 16 minutes you can start seeing the sweat.
Yeah.
And at about 25 minutes, you start seeing like the death spiral, and they still got 45 minutes left, and they're like looking at their notebook in front of their fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the
Then
crazy,
you feel like, I mean,
yeah,
I would feel like I disappointed all these people, and they're never going to want to be interested in me again.
yeah,
But
Or
there's
they're
so
just
many-
going to be the people that like me on Instagram, and that's as far as I'll ever get again.
yeah.
There are so many people who don't have that self-awareness. Like they're like, oh, well, I mean, the improv lets me sell out their room once a month and I keep doing it and
Yeah.
people keep coming and no one's telling me no. So
Yeah.
let's go.
Dang.
But those people, I think, do the road. And I think a lot of people go out the first time around.
Yeah.
And I do believe, and that's like those guys that rebrand the YouTubers that were
Yeah.
like, we're going to be comedians now.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, you did shows all over the country. You made a grip of money in a short amount of time. You kind of like Matt Rife
They
did
started
your
in
own-
fitness, so they were all hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were twins, and they would go on
Yeah.
stage together and like,
And people probably want it. Like, I mean, in that day,
Yeah.
I don't know if DM slides were a real thing, but so many local chicks would probably go out and be like, maybe we can like.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I'm sure that's
You
one
know
of the
how many
videos
Yeah.
that you've seen on
twins in
Thoughts.
small towns drove 4.5 hours to
Yeah.
go see them and be like,
Yeah.
guess what? We're twins too.
dude, I
Yeah, our
dude.
pussies match.
mean, yeah, dude, green-eyed black guys with big shoulders, fucking hell yeah,
Lift
dude.
me up.
Tall, dark, and handsome. That's
Yeah.
that's like literally the tall, dark, and
They
handsome.
call you Youngblood. All
Yeah, yeah, young blood. But no, I mean, I have seen a lot of those kind of things, kind of reach an expiration. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Where it's like, all right,
Have you ever heard of Danny Duncan? He's the guy who had a thing. Virginity Rocks was his whole thing.
Oh.
And he does like
this is like
rambunctious.
righteous gemstonesy shit.
Not
No?
exactly.
Virginity rocks.
But yeah, it was more like making fun of being a loser kind of thing.
Oh,
Like I'm
okay.
a virgin.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of parodying.
Like
Yeah.
10-15, but for a dude.
Yeah. And he did a show that I saw, and it was rad. I mean, he had like short people wrestling. He had like balloon drops. He had like foam guns and everything, and he brought it all
I love
out.
that you called them short people. You are not
Denver
opposed
did.
to talking about throwing them in a ring together, hog tying them
Even
up
the
and
show
throwing
is
them in
called
there.
Midget Wrestling. So
I know, but if you're gonna talk about it, dude, we're not gonna short people wrestle it.
Come on, this isn't bum fights. We're not
Yeah.
being crass.
Yeah, no, they're midgets.
Yeah.
It was dwarf boxing.
Dwarf boxing. Yeah, see, if you do boxing, you do dwarf. If you do wrestling, you do midget.
That's cool.
If
I
you
mean,
do walks in the park, you do short people. So you can't do short.
I mean,
Or you
again,
do comedy in Denver.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
fair.
but here's how I
That's
like.
fair.
Can I just the other side? Just the other half.
Oh, yeah. See, I want this.
The halfling.
Yeah. Yes, the halfling. Isn't that that's a Game of Thrones one, isn't it?
That's all of those
yeah.
fantasy realms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
God.
that's what they call the
halfling.
shorties.
The short kings. That's the modern day short king. Yeah.
The half kings.
Gimli was a short king, baby.
Yeah.
No, but put myself in their shoes. I am a short king, or I'm a halfling. I'm
okay.
a halfling. All right. I don't want to do a 9 to 5 in an insurance company somewhere where people walk in and they go, "Oh, what are you?" You
Hey,
know,
buddy,
like,
how'd you get this job?
Yeah. Now, it's almost like how it's like if you're born insanely gorgeous and you're just going to be a supermodel, it's in your DNA. Or if you're born a ball player, you're born like
Yeah, if you're from birth a freak show.
Yes.
Terrible.
Me personally, yes. Me personally,
not at all.
I wanna do it.
Yeah.
Somehow.
The way I live my life is I'm an independent contractor too.
Yeah.
And after
You play to your strengths.
After being one, I know how to live a decent life working fucking 7 hours a week if dwarf boxing is how I have to do it, I'll make a living dwarf box. They're not going to hit me that hard. I'm not getting CT. This
but they're going to get you in places you never expected.
They got really strong, thick
If you're thinking
skulls,
about-
and they don't hit hard.
They might. I mean,
That's
they might have a
offensive.
lot
I'm
of,
offended by that. For short people everywhere, I'm offended by that.
Well, I do see what you mean by like it can't be that bad. Like if you're already a
career,
dwarf,
yeah.
you can't go any lower.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They don't get to be on Snow White anymore.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you've probably seen that video on Thoughts, right?
Is there
7 dwarves and Snow White?
No, but I keep a list of all the ones that people recommend to me, and we're recording in 2 days, and I have, for some reason, comics never recommend porn to me, but I have like a list of like 5.
Okay.
So I'm excited because it'll be a wild day of watching, because comics porn is always like way wilder. Like the last episode I just did, he sent me one, and it was a dude fucking a chick wearing a panda head costume.
Nice.
Not furry. Just a panda head.
Just a panda
and then,
head.
but weirdly, like he was a mime in his day job, and then he came home and put the panda head over it, like his outfit, all of it, wild.
Okay,
It
I
was
like
wild.
that.
So anyway,
Panda
you know
daddy.
you're getting something
Yeah.
fun from comics.
Yeah.
So wait, what's it called?
Her co-host liked it. I don't want to be shamed for my
I
my
do-
borderline furry.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: any porn that your boyfriend watches automatically adds 10 pounds to the woman in your eyes.
I'm furry. Yeah.
Like you're like that bitch.
I'm
She's not even.
I'm furry curious. You know what I mean? Like I'm like put the helmet on, but don't be weird and
Yeah.
You're just
don't have a
into-
tail, you pervert. You know what I mean?
The
Like,
tail's the best part for me. If I'm not doing the tail, I'm not doing
yeah,
it.
I don't want to see the full blown litter box scene though. I just want to see.
You just
I'm
want to
ever
go
with-
to like a
if I'm
heavy
ever-
petting zoo.
Yeah.
If I'm ever with my kids walking down the street and I see a group of furries, we're definitely crossing the street. You know what I mean?
You said that
that.
used to be a thing.
In Arvada, dude, all the time. There's like
On
Oh.
Sundays, they would just be
furries
free.
everywhere.
They went to
dude.
church on Sundays too.
There's yeah. I'd be leaving church and there'd just be
Wait,
furries
hold
everywhere.
on. I feel like
Isn't that where the Church of Scientology is here?
In Arvada?
No, it can't be in
No.
our. No, it's downtown. Never
Yeah,
mind.
it's downtown.
I was
I
gonna
feel
say,
like it'd be very
maybe.
hard to move a group of children away from a group of life-size stuffed animals.
Well, they're 4 and 10, so I just pick them up.
Stuff them in
like,
his shirt,
Daddy,
take
why
him
is
through
that
TSA.
one's dick
Run
swinging
the other
around?
way.
Have you
Yeah.
ever chased a kid with a full blown furry costume on? It's not easy.
Yeah, that's true.
I tripped on a pothole last time. Okay, it's just like
That damn, the
That-
tail always gets in
yeah.
the way for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
on the
I'm
tail.
dressed like a meerkat. How do you want me to catch this kid? You know what I mean? I've got limited mobility in this meerkat costume.
It sucks for me because I'd have to have like custom made ones, so I couldn't get like more. I'd have to have like one $5,000 custom made fucking raccoon suit, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because
Never get to be average.
because
I can't
it
order
is.
the ones online from China.
She's got to find a guy who makes like kid-sized furry clothes.
Yeah,
And that's-
and that's
it's gotta
such
be
a niche
left over
market.
from a crime
Yeah.
scene.
And it puts
They
you on a
probably
list.
Put that
Yeah.
shit in, like send it to
Yeah.
auction somewhere, maybe.
size boys 8, pink unicorn.
With
Young-
tit holes.
Oh yeah,
Young men, young boy lingerie.
young boys, My Little Pony.
Wild.
She does honestly. She wears like young boys like Vans and shit. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
So-
a lot of my clothes are. It's like, it's easy because like the little girls fit me, except for there's no room for tits and stuff. But the little boys, they organically make a little bigger, so the tits go
So it
in.
works. There you go.
wow.
It's
I
always
do.
nice to have a home for them.
That's your tip for today on Recreational.
All right, we should round this off. We've
Okay.
already, we have. I mean, we haven't really done anything on
Yeah.
it.
No,
perfect.
nothing.
Do you
This
wanna try
feels
to
a lot
rapid
like my
fires?
set?
Yeah.
Like, nothing
Yeah.
gets like I don't finish a single joke.
Let's
We
wrap it.
accomplished
Oh,
plenty.
yeah, it
though.
was fun.
That's the thing is we did a lot.
Yeah.
Let's rapid fire.
You
Okay.
sound like a housewife on a Friday who started drinking at noon.
Oh, that's
we did
his
a
whole,
lot this morning.
That's his whole aesthetic.
we vacuumed. We didn't not vacuum.
I'm the naughty wives in Florida.
Yeah.
Okay,
Putting
let's
their kids
do.
out.
I got some stuff prepared. Let's try to do some
Rapid
of
fire.
it. I have in memoriam. We haven't done that in a long time.
Do it, dude.
You want to do an in memoriam? I've got fun sex things. I bet you guys had no clue about.
I love fun sex things.
Do that, 'cause I feel like with In Memoriam, we're gonna all need headphones and
Dude,
music.
I made a giant list too. There's a lot of people that died this year and things that happened. So we'll do In Memoriam eventually.
All right.
Okay.
Real quick, I don't think we ever did set it up. So essentially, Olivia does a show called Thoughts. It's a podcast where if you subscribe to it on OnlyFans, you get to watch the porn. You watch
footage.
2 comics in their underwear making fun of porn.
Yeah.
And you get to watch the porn alongside of them. So
And I mean, they're like 8 to 10 minute episodes. A lot of times it's us telling stories about, because we do like very specific things. So like,
themed.
So if we like have a
Barbie,
story
back
about
to
fucking
school.
one of our driving
School shootings.
instructors or something. So no, we haven't
Yeah.
done that yet. I'll put that on the list. 2 recommendations
the
today.
the request line
There's
is
plenty
heavily
of
anime.
videos of cum
you know.
shots in schoolrooms.
Some guy asked her if they would give him instructions to eat his own cum on video.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean it's a weird world.
He was like one of the ones. He wanted to be all the letters of the fetish alphabet.
Small
like
dick,
he had small
appreciation,
penis, humiliation,
appreciation.
jerk off instructions, and then cum eating instructions.
Yeah.
And it's just like I need a fucking form. It's like how do I know? How flexible are you?
And you don't even have a script? Like, are you riffing this off the top of your head of how to tell them how to do
We
this?
didn't do it because it was like a weird fucking, because I'm all about like I will take your money when I don't feel like gross about it.
Yeah.
But it was an app that like we had to watch him do it.
Ugh.
And it's like, I don't know. That's different than porn to me. That's someone
That's
just
voyeurism.
That's
A
fucking,
FaceTime?
That's
Like,
a
you gotta
glory
do?
hole. Like in
Yeah.
real life, it's like you just can't. I don't know. I don't want it.
I don't even FaceTime my parents.
Yeah, it was actually Zoom. You can do.
Yeah.
He wanted
It's
to do
one
it
of
on
the, it's one of the
Zoom.
feature. It's if you buy the pro, you get.
Yeah. But so anyway, that's essentially what it is. So I think sex stuff will be fun because it is her bread and butter. So
Okay. Hell yeah. And you guys are on like any like podcast channels? Like
No, it's just like.
we just do it on OnlyFans.
Yeah, it's like what value is it if it's just our voices? It's the least intriguing part of any guy consuming content made by women. Your voice? No.
the funny,
No.
like
I like female voices, but
honestly, the content
I'm
is
from Denver.
The content.
You're from Florida. You know women don't have voices.
I love those
He's
nasty
like, I like
wives.
female voices because I didn't hear many of them growing up.
They weren't allowed to talk.
The content is so fun and would spread like a wildfire if you could put it out in a YouTube sphere. But it's only fun if you watch the porn alongside with them. You know what I
Sure.
mean? And you can't just upload pornographic stuff to a lot of
Anywhere.
So to watch.
OnlyFans and like Fansly.
What
is
about
it.
like Twitch and stuff like that?
Honestly,
they're-
I had a thought about that. I don't know. I would assume you can't.
Or
just,
even, I mean, the hub? You can put,
Well,
I
but
know
the thing
girls
is
that put
we
podcasts
use a lot
on
of
there.
stuff from the hub.
That's the thing is, I don't know if I'm breaking laws.
Ooh, I
I'm
like
not-
that
no, you
though.
know,
That's
I'm
like
not-
pirate radio
you know
shit,
reaction.
dude.
You know reaction videos.
Yeah,
like how
yeah,
they're-
yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
it.
like
We're
that,
not
yeah.
playing the full porn by any means. I
Yeah.
would say that the people who pay for it on OnlyFans are probably frustrated by the amount of porn we don't play.
Yeah.
Like, we usually we skip to positions, like because it's like
Totally.
if not, we're just two chicks watching some people fuck on a
Right.
stool.
Yeah.
Like it's like
I do think it's funny to be doing play-by-plays and shit and reviews of porn.
yeah,
and like,
that's kind of how we do it. So and then
also it's like a sex-positive show, right? I imagine that.
no, not if you listen to it. No.
It's not very pro women,
The whole reason that
but it is very sex positive.
yes, depending on which sex you are. Yeah.
I will tell you this: it might surprise you how harsh OnlyFans is with their regulations and their like, you know.
Like I
They've had
haven't-
like 3 videos pulled down,
and
and they're not even doing the action.
We're not doing anything. Isn't that
Wow.
wild? But it's the porn that we're playing.
That's so naughty or
well,
whatnot.
and
So-
because a lot of times we try to do really wild things because again, it's like, how many fucking stepsisters can we watch this guy fuck
Totally.
that we can keep talking? Like how many?
For sure.
How many's he got? This guy's been in all of them. He was in the Girl Scouts.
Have you
he
guys
was in the
done
Christmas episode.
like the big hits, like the lemon party
So-
and the.
Wait
So
a
that's
second.
the story.
I need to pull out my phone.
Hold on.
No, but the lemon
That's-
party.
The one of the big hits we did is one of the videos that got taken down by
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
What's the other one before the lemon party? What was the other one you said? You
Oh,
said-
just the big. I was just saying. There's plenty. I
Snow
mean,
White.
Oh, Snow White and the Seven Dwarves.
That's it.
My favorite recommendation I've given her is I don't know if you guys are familiar with pawn shop porn. It is the
What?
best.
It's great.
Oh,
It's very obviously
he's from
scripted.
Florida.
Yeah,
He knows what pawn shop
no,
porn
no,
is.
it's very obviously scripted, but it's a lot of
His grandma's
I
making it in
can't
the
pay
back
my-
room. He's mending the fucking register.
I can't pay my rent this month, but I found this ring on the ground, and then it's like, well, this ring's not worth anything, but I got a way you can make $260.
Yeah.
You know, like, what do you need?
that reminds me of the shoplifting ones.
Oh yeah,
You know, where it's like
Oh my God! We just watched a
like,
really
take your
bad-
panties off.
those
so we
ones
know
I
there's
don't
nothing
like
in
because
there.
they're a little more like forceful. I
Oh,
don't like
that's
that.
what I like about him. We just watched one though. The woman was so ugly. Like, if you're that officer, just let her go. Like, the belt was $18, bro. Fuck the next girl. Like, she was so ugly. Like, she had the kind of pussy that would be actually shoplifting. Like, they cast for a truthful.
They got her. They caught her stealing from like the sports
She had
section.
like a biker bar, like broken heart tattoo with like an arrow through it on her pussy, like that kind.
Some people, I mean,
It
that
was
could be the
peeking out from behind her bush. It was cute.
right next to her bush tattoo
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly.
for George
Yeah, no, that one was fully covered. She only lets that one out when she shaves.
when it's election season.
Yeah. And January 6th, she made an exception, obviously. It's a national holiday.
It's not a celebration. It's in protest. Damn it.
You asked about the hits.
Yeah.
Oh,
Two girls.
So that's
one that got flagged.
That's the hit.
What
That's
about
the
Mr.
hit.
Hands?
No, I mean, a lot of these guys will probably be into it, but I think that'll get us taken. Here's the thing: is episodes take a long time to make. We're just not gonna. But in a world of in a Web3 world, yeah, let's do that.
Or Kim K's
yeah,
tape?
we have had a lot of thoughts about doing like a celebrity sex tape. We should still do that.
You
There's
could probably
Paris Hilton,
do ones
Kim-
that people release too, because there's
Yeah.
like that senator. Do you ever
We
see
did
that?
that one.
Okay.
We did
Yeah.
that one on election day last year. It was like,
If you guys can't tell, Dylan's a Christian and I am a heathen.
I'm a parade.
I'm a Christian too, but apparently the bad kind.
Yeah,
So
I'm bad too. I'm just shameful.
Oh, are you sure you're not Catholic?
No, that's great. I'm definitely sure about that.
Those are
You're
the
like, I
real.
would have my rosary out, fucking splashing water on you right now if I were Catholic.
the Two Girls One Cup episode, she had never seen it.
Ever.
And never, not
Wow.
ever.
Never even
And
heard of it.
Allison,
Now that live reaction
her
is gold.
her co-host and I knew we were children of the internet. We're not from
Yeah.
Ohio. We had Wi-Fi where I was from.
And we do theme
dial-up or
episodes,
whatever.
so she
Yeah.
specifically dressed us in brown for the
Yeah.
episode.
So we do it, and you get to see a girl in her underwear watch it for the first time, and it is great content. Like, it's amazing
It's
content.
probably our best episode,
and,
honestly.
and it got taken down immediately, not even for the shit, but for the vomit.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember.
And the eating of the vomit.
That's
Yeah.
what.
Yeah, that's not.
That's what got Mushroom in trouble.
Yeah.
That's
Too
what
many
got us
French
all
fries.
in trouble in
Yeah.
comedy works. So not just you, it's apparently possums too.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. We have rapid fire questions, do we, or no?
Oh.
Or have we given up on rapid
We can
fire?
do rapid fire questions.
Let's do it.
Well, we did. I am impressed. We've already hit a couple of them because we did favorite conspiracy.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah! The fact that came up naturally speaks.
And then I was going to
more
do
to you than me.
funsies, but it sounds like what do you guys do for funsies? But it sounds like you might watch porn.
Oh yeah, obviously. That's for that's for.
That's work, okay?
That's work.
That's
It's work
business.
fun. It's like work funsies. Honestly, we are on the road like so much,
Yeah.
and when we're not, we're like preparing for shit that we shouldn't even I shouldn't even be doing. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit, I should probably do other people the respective. So we're like out a lot doing comedy.
We're big open micers, honestly.
Yeah.
Big open
That's
micers.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, I love to hear that you guys are out here headlining and
Yeah, doing-
And I
big
mean,
shit, and then
honestly-
also doing mics.
Yeah.
And it pays off. Like, people don't realize that. And I think that's also kind of the power in LA is that, like, we can do an open mic fucking for 9 hours at the same place for $5. You know what I mean? And you can, like, really work out your shit versus
Yeah.
other cities that don't have, like, all of these. It's not an open mic. There's not an open mic business and industry going on here
Totally.
as much.
Yeah.
And
It's starting to get there. I
that's
mean,
very
there
cool.
is
Yeah.
there's not a night that you can't hit at least two,
that's
Yeah.
cool. That's
which
very cool.
is rad compared to like a St. Louis
Oh,
or
yeah.
our neighboring closest
Yeah.
spots. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
And
so
honestly-
but I'm lucky. Like, I mean, I've only been doing comedy a few years, and I think it's just the like constant workout that I get in LA.
Yeah.
And on the road, which is cool. Like, it's two very different dynamics.
Yeah.
So anyway, we travel in ways that make us complain, not even in fun ways. We're not like going to fucking
Ever since we got the dog, we can't
Hawaii.
even go like fun like lunches and
Yeah.
shit, you know, because it's like you can't leave a dog in a hotel room.
that
you know?
he just is snuck into to begin with.
Yeah, we sneak him into everywhere, and
I was.
Yeah.
we got thrown out of a
Holiday Inn
in Phoenix.
Again,
Yeah.
the same place with the crack airport.
Yeah.
Probably smoking
It's
crack
just
at
like,
the
what do
holiday.
they hate about us?
They were like, this dog is crushing my crack high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my vibe. Yeah,
And it was
it's
when-
setting off fucking Mr. Lewis in room 4 over there. He, when he hears noises,
We
he
have
goes
a
for
Lewis
windows.
that is a crackhead, so the fact that you said that is
It's
pretty
a good crack name. It's a great crack name. I don't know. He plays guitar a lot.
Yeah.
You make music and stuff?
Not really. I used to host a lot at this midnight. It's like a midnight show mic. Like it's kind of show up, go up, but it was marketed through Eventbrite as a show, so it was kind of like a late night show of anyone would drop in. Like
Mishmash.
we had some cool people drop in too. We've had, and it's also a show venue, and my buddy runs a music mic there, so I'll do it. I used to do it like twice a month. I would go perform music, but just covers, just fuck around,
Sure.
know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's rad.
Yeah, that's about it.
And I did see, at least on the Instagrams, that you were a part of our audio for the...
Oh, rapid fire.
Dude, yeah, that's kinda cool.
Yeah, it's shows for the Marines that a guy I started with in Vegas. He used to be a Marine, and he just kind of started annoying a bunch of bases with these really official looking letters saying, hey, I'll come do comedy for Marines for free.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of turned into something where there's a van. You got 10 comics, not 10, you got 8 comics in a van.
I mean, it looked like... I saw like he has a rad crowd.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like legit too. Like he's like a full like nonprofit. Like everything that they do.
He has a
is like out of
501c3.
pocket.
I mean, and it's very...
It's a fucking honorable
Yeah, and it's...
ambition.
Honestly, so it got me essentially a 10-minute, special is the wrong word, taping on Vet TV, which is like a really big like Instagram following
That's
and
rad.
stuff. And as a civilian, I got to, but because that was the thing is they were like, well, we want military comics. And Michael was like, let me bring you comics that Marines will enjoy. Like,
totally.
I know who they'll like. Like, Brian Simpson is a Marine. I don't know if you guys know Brian Simpson.
Yeah.
And
He's
he
a-
was there.
Yeah, he used to do them all until he moved. I mean...
That's crazy,
And
though.
it's all nonprofit. None of us get paid a dime. And I'll tell you this, Brian Simpson buys us all in and out on the way home, but he started kind of telling jokes when he was a Marine. And, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. And
That's sick.
there is no crowd like a crowd. You want to talk about like recreational outrage? Like there's no crowd like a bunch of 20-year-olds who are trained to kill, they sleep in the dirt next to a gun. Even when they're stateside, they're training. They're literally sleeping next to these, like, we do
A bunch of Jason Ferns.
Yeah, we do shows like they call them like shoot houses, like these little fake towns they make to go train.
Yeah.
We're like doing shows with those as our like backdrop and shit. You know what I mean?
Damn.
And it's a bunch of 20-year-old kids, and they start giving them a little bit of booze. The cool units are, and you get just
They
a
haven't
bunch
had
of
giggles like that in a while, I'm
you
sure.
don't have to. You could say anything.
Pussy.
You know what? And you know what? You know what the thing is you kind of have to say anything because if you're not entertaining, they will walk all over you.
yeah.
Like it's their hard. The host has the hardest job on that show. You know what I mean? The host and the headliner both have a hard job on those shows.
Keeping them together.
Yeah, but you have to go out and right away. Just anyone who gets out of hand, you got to make them your bitch fast. You know what I mean?
That's what they do in the...
And they're so dumb. It doesn't even have to be good jokes. You just have to confidently tell them to shut the fuck up. But yeah, that's been it's another project that is just
That's
it's
cool.
fun.
That's sick. Hell yeah. And then what's... Okay, this is for both of you guys.
Cool.
Okay.
What's the... This one's going to be timed.
Timed. Well, good. It's about
short
time you
amount of
start
time?
timing. It's about time. We should have told him what the timer when we got here.
Yeah.
He's like, now I have fucking 5 hours of content, and none of it makes any sense.
Should have lit us a fucking hour ago.
What is the most Colorado thing you've seen this week?
Oh.
Oh, I'll go. I just saw it today.
Go.
What was that coffee shop record store we went to?
Oh, Mutiny.
So we were in there and we ordered and then we walked to the back. And so I am a Christian, honestly, like real talk. And there's a book that I used to have and I've been looking for it. And I kind of want to just find it like serendipitously. And I walked back to the religion section. There was no light above. Every other section had like a bright ass light with like an official sign. The religion section had a piece of cardboard with religion Sharpied on it. Next to the end of that, where you know where there's like the stage area, and there was a band, and their setup was in the whole religion section, so you couldn't even get to it. And on the closest piece of equipment, transportation, it was like a guitar case or something, there was an insane clown posse sticker. And in the religion section was 2 shelves, and one of the books on it was by Mindy Kaling. And I was like, wait, that's probably it.
That's pretty
That's
Colorado.
so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. That's a.
I mean, you've seen grown men with woolly beards giggle like children at our dog, at our 3-pound dog. That's a pretty Chihuahua thing to do. I mean, a pretty
Colorado. Honestly, you know what's funny to me is because I said I've lived here before. To me, it's just like the look of everyone. Like everyone I see, I'm like, yeah. We've been playing a game all week where we're like friends of ours who are like comics or whatever. We're like, oh, that's Denver, you know, this person or you know,
Yes.
Yeah.
that's the Denver version of this. But just to me, it's just everything I see. I'm like, no, it feels oddly nostalgic. Like,
Hell yeah.
I wasn't here long enough, and I was here when you guys hated transplants.
I thought you were gonna say
I
trans
know, dude.
people.
That's exactly
And
what-
I was like, you know, that's what he came at the time.
I did shower at the Planet Fitness in in Lakeview. So, but no, like during legalization, like you guys hated transplants
For sure.
And like I remember I think maybe it wasn't me. It was somebody got brought up at Scruffy Murphy's. And I think it was Ben Bryan. He's like, this next guy moved here because we had a good scene 5 years ago. Give it up for. But like I don't know. I was part of that. So like I don't know. It feels like I don't know. I left you guys alone pretty quick, you know.
Yeah.
But it just feels everything feels.
It feels Denver-y.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm allowed to say like you know, like I look at the Comedy Works as like. For me, kind of like Comedy Home, like the first place where I really learned about comedy.
Yeah, Mecca.
But I can't claim Denver an ounce. You know what I mean?
sure.
So
People get upset.
yeah. And I love.
Really?
I'm from Vegas, and I'm redneck white trash as it gets, and it's not till now in my life that I realized that's what Vegas. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
now that I've lived other places, I'm like, oh, we're you know.
Denver's not that far off from that though.
Yeah.
But people like to pretend that
Yeah.
it's this like
Yeah.
progressive beacon, but it's
Well,
really
you guys have a lot of mountain towns nearby, and
Yeah.
with mountain towns come mountain people.
Yeah.
That's
We did so when I worked at the Comedy Works. We had you guys know who Greg Proops is?
yes.
Whose line is it anyway?
Yeah.
He has a podcast called The Smartest Man in the World. It's an
Okay.
extremely left-leaning podcast. He was doing the Comedy Works during the Downtown Club during Veterans Day weekend.
Ugh, yeah.
And they papered the shit out of the room with, on Veterans Day, on Sunday, all active duty.
Yeah.
And these are like guys from way, you know, fucking, I don't even know the names. Golden or Bold. I don't know.
Probably Fort Carson down
Yeah,
Springs. Yeah.
There's literally a town called Rifle.
Right, yeah, Rifle. It's west of here. I know.
Yeah.
The
Lone Bobert.
Yeah.
That's where she's from, right?
yeah. I think
no,
so.
that's cool. Okay, honestly, that's a name I recognize. That's cool that she's still doing comedy. Because a lot of the people I knew from back then aren't even still around. So, but so Greg Proops is doing Veterans Day.
Yeah.
And it's all free military. And he gets on like some anti-gun shit. And he takes
On people that are probably conceal carrying at the moment.
Yes,
so they all have guns on them.
And Friday, Saturday, it's his crowd. So it's like yuppie kind of, oh yeah. And so he's coming off a weekend of just crushing with this fuck gun material. And he just throws it at him with this gusto.
Yeah.
And I'm working the front door where you unlock phones on the podium
Yeah.
as people leave. And no one heckled him. Very respectful. But at one
That's your military men right
but
there,
at
dude.
one point, one good old boy got up and just went, man, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
And walked out. and 200 people followed him.
He was like the commander in their fleet or whatever. Like,
Oh man.
Well, that's the thing. You don't leave until being guided out. You don't speak until being spoken to.
Like, you don't want to judge the respect line. Like you let someone else judge it.
But once commander's out of there, you know your orders.
yeah,
He is
blow up the place.
the more people that get up, the more he's melting down.
I thought you were gonna say he was firing the gun outside.
No, yeah.
Like,
and anyone who stays, he's like, cussing, fuck you for not agreeing with me. Like, he is just like fucking losing it.
yeah.
And they, you have to bring a receipt to get your phone unlocked. And I'm like radioing, like, who was your waitress? And I can't see in the showroom that it's like, it's running out the back stairs. The line is just running out the back stairs.
Yeah.
And finally, the manager just radios, unlock their phones. And we just let 200 people on Veterans Day walk out.
Wow.
And
On
then the
their
next day,
tabs,
you
did they
guys-
not pay?
I don't think any of them intentionally did. I'm sure a lot of them maybe threw cash in the book.
Sure, but
a lot of them just fucked this shit.
Yeah,
and
totally.
they were all free show, paper.
I've seen people do that.
And then they did marketing the next day, and they were like, free comedy show and dinner for veterans. And they post pictures. No, I don't know. I don't think that's true.
No, that's.
But they should have. If fucking Kris Jenner was the manager of them, that's what they would have done. That's a genius PR spin.
That's honestly that's why I
VFW
love,
next week.
Yeah, that's why I love people from Rifle because.
When Dylan, you have that story about Florence.
Oh,
With
we did. Florence is like Southern Colorado, where like all the prisons are.
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
But so
Why
it's-
is the south part of everywhere the bad part?
I don't know. It's not. Yeah, it is a bad part. But but I remember we did a show there down in Florence, and like it was right after like we got rid of all the vaccine cards and stuff, and so I think it was the headliner, just trying to get people to make noise. He's like, oh, who makes some noise if you got vaccinated, and like only the comics started to clap. And
Yeah,
it
we
was
started to like raise our hands, and it was just like, oh, no.
not a single person
Yeah.
raised their hand or got excited, but I thought it was funny,
Yeah.
but
Oh, I have
that's
been
where
in
I'm
so
from,
many
but-
rooms. Like, we live in LA, and
Yeah.
I have been in so many rooms, like 2 hours away from LA in Orange County and like Inland Empire, where like someone said that before,
Yeah.
and I've been the only, and I like would go on stage and be like, all right, now you guys are making me feel like I'm the one who's wrong here.
People think that California is very blue. No, California votes blue because San Francisco and LA are massive.
And
Right.
San
Well, that's the
Diego's-
same thing here. It's because
Colorado.
of
Yeah.
Denver,
San Diego's
Boulder.
kinda purple.
Yeah.
But you go,
Yeah.
It's
The
military,
military.
but it's
Yeah.
also like young kids, a college.
Artsies.
Yeah.
yeah.
Beaches.
Honestly, if you're going, if
A lot
you
of
even,
lesbians by beaches. It's just
if
how
you
it works.
even want to go to
Two
California,
of my favorite
just
things.
go to San Diego. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's way better.
Somehow it's never the ones on the beaches you want to see, though, is it?
But if you go 15 minutes outside of any highly populated area, it gets. I mean, like literally, if you go 20 minutes east of east of San Diego, you'll see Confederate flags. You know
Yeah.
what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
definitely.
Florida's
Isn't
or
that so-
California's.
Fascinating too. That flag, dude. I find that so crazy because you can go to places in like northern Idaho and see the Confederate flag. It's like, where do you think you are?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
You are
wild.
not near the South.
Yeah. It's like, why would you be on this
Yes.
side
Yeah.
to begin with?
You would not be allowed to have slaves.
Yeah. Like, you would have to become
Yeah.
part of Canada soon, like, if this went the other way. Like, you're part of Canada now.
Yeah, that is so fascinating. That flag, dude. Also, I mean, growing up in Florida, there was this huge one right
Your
off
flag
of
kinda
our
looks
interstate.
Like your guys' flag kind of looks.
100%, dude. It's
That's
a hype. It's a
intent-
reference.
He's like,
It's
thank God
the
somebody
bars and-
noticed.
Yeah.
I honestly never thought about
Rebel
that.
shit, dude.
Yeah. David Allen Coe, brother. David Allen
He's trying to
Coe.
pretend like the Florida in him isn't low-key proud of it. Like, he's like, you're from Denver? You're from Denver now, dude?
It took a while to learn. I mean, I remember when it was like, it's not a it's not the rebel flag, it's the Confederate flag.
Yeah.
That's
You know,
funny.
like because we just thought it was cool.
Well, yeah, you obviously had to get out of the Florida school system to learn that, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Think about
Florida's
the,
like China. They don't want you to talk about
Yeah, and they
things that
banned
don't
the
believe
Chinese
in.
actually just recently. So They did.
Like the people of China, like no one, like.
You're not allowed to buy property. I'll pull up the article.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought
No. I'm familiar with that.
I thought you meant like just they're not allowed to enter the state because I was like, damn, they love Disney World.
I was gonna say that would ruin Disney.
That sucks. Yeah.
That's half of the population there, dude.
Yeah.
They love Disney. They really do. It's like a world destination for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. I'm sure Disneyland is too, right? Because we're even closer
Probably,
to.
I mean,
Yeah.
We're where the other
You know what?
half go to.
Nowhere in Florida is there a Chinatown though.
Oh yeah.
Nowhere is that allowed.
Well, I mean,
we've got little
Florida,
Cuba
China
and
restaurant.
only jerk off parlor.
Egg foo, what? Goddamn, young. Q was right. They want them young. They want their egg foo young.
Oh my god.
Let's do okay, the sex facts. These are some interesting sexy things.
Tell us.
Okay. The longest masturbation session. And are you guys aware?
Solo, like by myself.
No, this is the record.
Oh, the record.
He wants to.
I thought you were like asking
What
me.
if
I was
he
like,
was like, I don't know, like one time there was like I found my dad's Playboy and I think it was like 25 minutes, dude. It felt like forever.
I was young once.
Okay, this
but
is.
yeah.
Is
It was in a
the record.
cabin. I couldn't really.
Now, is
Everybody
this
else
on-
was there.
Is
Is
this
this
like
on
a Guinness?
video? Is this proven? Like, are there
So
receipts for
in
this?
2009, Masanobu Satu.
Of course.
Oh God!
Of course.
7 days.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't. Give me a clue.
This is like a
Middle-
Tibetan hunger strike.
It's in
Yeah.
San Francisco.
Okay.
He won the endurance competition at the annual Masturbation-thon fundraiser hosted by San Francisco's Center for Sex and Culture,
I want to host this next year.
in an event that first surfaced in the 90s to destigmatize solo sex and self-pleasure. What was Sato's time, you ask? A whopping 9 hours and 33 minutes.
Oh, see, that's less than I thought it was going to be. I was going to say 15.
I was gonna say like 86.
Wow.
I don't know why.
Wait, hold on. So what happened? You just have to come and start over? Or
No,
is
you
it
gotta go the
until you don't
longest.
come?
That's a good question.
I wonder if it's go soft or
Because I
come.
mean, if it's like
Yeah.
the hot dog competition, sometimes you have to finish the first one to get to the next one. If it, I don't
You
know.
got to dip it in water.
Obviously, yeah, it's better when it's soggy.
no, I
Today,
get 3 flicks. I get 3 flicks.
Well, yeah, and are they allowed to have material?
We
Yeah.
use a lifeline.
Ooh, gotta have
Yeah.
material.
it says that he's currently facing some stiff competition.
Nah.
According to an article, a 43-year-old, a bisexual man with a master's degree in physical science is gearing up to break the world record, which has since increased to 10 hours and 10 minutes, working hard.
It sounds like this is a young man. He's like LeBron in the NBA.
Yeah.
like, what are you doing? You're
43.
43.
This is incels inventing their own sports. This is ESPN for incels. This is
Come Olympics.
This is on
Olympics.
This event is on Twitch, dude. Like, what is this? Is
Oh, this is like pay-per-view on Twitch.
Yeah.
Like, you got to pay to watch the fight.
this will be an event. This will be like right now. Right now, people in Florida are going. That's what they're doing when they're reading to our children. But 20 years from now, there's gonna be
10-hour
like,
story time hour,
Yeah,
damn it.
yeah.
Wait, I need to know who the host is for this event and who I can contact, who I can reach out to. I would love to.
That would be gnarly,
I
right?
know, to just talk to dudes jerking off for 10 hours. I mean, I could film a special after that.
Post-nut interview. Post-nut interview.
Oh, yeah.
What was
The
his
losers.
name? What was his name?
His name is Masanobu Satu.
Masanabu. What were you thinking coming around the 3rd hour there? The veins started to bulge a little. Things
Yeah.
started to look like they were going a little soft, a little heavy, but you really brought it back around for that 4th
Yeah, you
hour.
were trickling out a little bit.
to a really impressive 2nd place finish. What can you attribute to your success tonight?
Thinking about baseball.
That is like the
That's the classic.
That's the classic.
My grandmother and base. I like to thank God, my grandma, and baseball.
I can't do grandma, dude.
No.
I think of my grandma thinking about me, thinking about grandma while I'm doing that. She's
Yeah.
just so disappointed.
Think about my grandma. thinking
Especially
about
when
me.
she looks over and she realizes you're thinking about a black girl. She's like, God, are you kidding me?
My grandson.
Was she from Florida?
No.
Oh.
Oh, wait, my grandma? Yeah.
Okay,
she
good,
was.
good.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, this might be just some nice non-racist Nebraska
You
shit.
almost
I don't know.
Shane Gillished yourself. You're like, I'm being a person from Florida. That's not my feeling. I was role playing a Floridian. Just
Florida
making
man's
an
a character I've
apology.
been working on.
Yeah, just making an apology. I will not do Florida voice ever again.
And then one day he's just gonna go out and eat like fucking Popeyes and to go to a foam party. His Florida's just gonna break out.
Do bath salts and hang out with
Yeah.
Amanda Bynes.
That's the healthy version of what Floridians do with mass shootings. You go out, you have like a rave.
That's the other option. I mean, that's what Casey
You fuck in a
Anthony did. She
trailer,
went and
maybe
partied.
she's related, maybe she isn't. Who knows?
Yeah.
I have now disavowed. Damn it! I lost.
Or you
it.
go to a
Lost
rave
it.
and do the shooting too. # Pulse.
Ooh.
Oh my god, dude! I'm also another one. When the Pulse documentary comes out again, I want people to know I was talking about Pulse first.
Yep.
Dude, I was at summer camp. We didn't have access to the internet or phones, and we came back and we were like, "Whoa, we've been eating
happened?
Chick-fil-A all summer. This is not good."
My god,
They catered every dinner.
Yeah.
that is wild.
All right. This is only number 2.
Okay, oh god,
Okay.
these were supposed to be timed. Who was timing?
Two has to be last though, because I gotta go.
Okay.
Yeah.
The most orgasms in 1 hour. If you guys had
7.
to guess,
9.
you guys aren't even close. This is also
Oh, I feel like it's like
this is by a woman.
24.
Oh yeah. that's a
87.
woman.
24.
Oh, woman.
112.
Here's the thing, women. Once you knock that first one out, the rest they just start
Yeah,
falling
but
out.
then you go through a phase
Same with
around like
babies.
you go through a phase after like the fourth one where it kind of hurts and you have to get back into it. It's
Yeah.
almost like number 4 is like starting again.
Yeah.
It's like a special.
Yeah.
And babies.
According to this person, she was a sex toy manufacturer. They actually had the sex toy manufacturer keep track because it was.
Oh,
like
was
proof.
it a womanizer?
I don't. Doctors from the Center of Marital and Sex Studies observed 134 orgasms from a single woman in 1 hour, the most ever documented.
That bitch had a stroke.
Yeah.
By contrast, the record for the man stands at
7.
11.
2. Oh, high.
16
16.
in a single hour.
Yeah, but let's be honest. I mean, you're going for quantity over quality. Those are going to be some.
Yeah.
I mean, around
Dribbles.
number 4, it's not really. It doesn't count for us anymore.
They're just
Kind of
shooting.
leaking.
Yeah.
They're ghosts.
Yeah.
Ghost shots.
Yeah.
I don't know how with 134. I mean, everything would just be so wet you couldn't feel anything.
It doesn't
down
say
there.
the name of the sex toy because they definitely sponsored this, right?
Yeah, they. Leo.
Leo.
Lelo.
Whoa.
Hello.
That might be. I think that's one of those like those brands that sponsors podcasts and shit. Like
Oh,
those
hell yeah.
modern day. You know.
Well,
Now we know.
we're
We should-
interested.
yeah.
We'll test them
I
out
want to
here
be a
on the pod.
spokesperson for them too.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll bring it to the fucking mastubathon or whatever
I
that
mean,
is.
listen. If at the official pocket pussy, if you want me to break the world record for the number of times a man nutted into a piece of rubber, I'm looking to make a couple bucks. I think we can work together on this. I'm gonna need materials. I'm gonna need some sponsorship.
Ew, I saw an Asian one on Amazon. Like, the mouth wasn't Asian. I'm saying it was from China of sorts. And
The mouth was from Asia?
Well, it was a pocket pussy, but they had, you know how Amazon always offers you variety. You can get it different. It was either a pocket pussy, a pocket asshole, or a pocket mouth.
Was it like yellow? Is that why?
It was a pocket hole.
But the mouth had a face. It was like a side profile. She had nose, mouth, like, and then it showed it from the inside what it looked like, and it was like when they showed what a tooth looks like from the inside. It was. I mean, it was Asian because it was made in like Quen Jean Wen. That was the name of the store.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
It's
So
actually
it's,
where
I
I
think it was
vacation.
like $11.99. Honestly, it's kind of a steal. Yeah, I think it's worth trying.
It'll flash on the screen right here.
Yeah, if we get sponsored, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
My favorite wizard.
You want to be
Kakashi.
sponsored by Pocket Mouth?
That would be cool. Hot Pocket.
Yeah.
Hot Pocket
Yeah.
sponsor.
Oh my God, that's a great pocket pussy idea. The hot pocket.
I think a
It's
dude.
shaped like a little hot pocket.
I would be remiss not to say Jeremy Cash's joke of a dude in the scene has a joke of, do you think the guy who invented the pocket pussy was disappointed when Hot Pocket was already taken.
Oh, that's
yeah,
fun.
okay.
You know what Hot Pocket should do is pair with American Pie and make an apple pie.
Oh, a cream pie?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That'd be
Tasty.
funny. That'd be real funny.
We should do plugs. We
Let's-
should do plug our stuff, and then we will round this bad boy off.
I mean, plugs are wild.
I love that we did so little.
Me too. There isn't a better description for my life.
I love that I prepared, and you guys are just too fun. I didn't need to prepare.
We're we ruin other people's
No,
preparedness.
this is how it's supposed to be.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
It
Good,
literally
okay.
was. I
Okay,
had too much fun.
Good.
Plug your shit.
My shit. Every time you guys say plug, it's sounding more and more like a butt plug. Plug my shit. I have thoughts, so it's
Plug
on
your shit. That does
OnlyFans.
sound like a butt plug.
Right. You're missing all the zingers today. Yeah,
They're
thoughts.
flying. I get it. Yeah.
Good.
You gotta let it breathe a little. You don't want to be a ball hog over
Yeah,
here. I
yeah.
want to save some for you.
They're, what am I talking about?
Plugs.
Again with it. Now I have 3 men in a closed room shouting plugs at me. Okay, thoughts is on OnlyFans. Only on OnlyFans, which is annoying. But hey, call your local governors and tell them you want porn on Instagram again.
I already do.
Good. Keep that up. I think the mail edition with the stamp is best. Don't use the internet for them. No one reads those. Send it in the mail. So thoughts on OnlyFans, but there's always a.
I thought you meant male as in non-female.
No, as in
They only listen to the male ones.
as in the next tense of carrier pigeons. that kind of mail. I have sizzlers and whatever and shit about it on Instagram if you want to be cheap and just look at our outfits. That's there too.
Those are there.
That's at Olivia Janile, spelled Janile.
I love it. I mean, one thing you teach him about Casey Anthony, and he's like, he's here for you forever.
You can follow me at Conn.tv. That's CONN.tv. The Cover to Cover podcast. We just hit 2,000 patrons. Come be a part of the party. Have fun with us. It's two grown men talking about
like Britney
pop
Spears
culture.
and shit.
Hell yeah.
Gay dudes give us 1 stars all the time because we take some hard angles on Britney.
Yeah.
You guys should do a critique where you find all the nudes that she's posted on stories
Leave
and rate
Britney
them.
alone.
Yeah. And then Rapid Fire Comedy Tour, give them a follow. Rapid Fire Comedy Tour on Instagram, work with them. And then if you have Vet TV, go watch my taping on, what did we call it? It wasn't Mandatory Fun. They renamed it. I'm fucking up, but if you look up my name
Just-
on Vet TV, you'll find me.
Yeah, you just Google. You can. That's cool. To
thanks
tell
for
people to
having me.
Google
Yeah.
you.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Howie's Ross Lounge every Saturday. The mic starts at 9 o'clock.
Yes.
Let's see, but I've been having headliners come through.
Dude, this fucking lineup tonight is stacked. I was when I looked it up tonight, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, yeah. It's good.
I'm not going to plug it because this comes out in 2 weeks, but
It's just what you've been doing.
Thank
Just getting
you,
good people on.
I'm trying.
Yeah, but it's like creating FOMO for the next one.
True,
so
yeah,
when
look,
you're
you missed
listening to
it.
this, you missed 2 good shows since then.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
there's going to be a possum at tonight's show and a chihuahua.
There might
There'll
be.
be a possum
Yeah.
and a chihuahua.
They're gonna
at
fight.
tonight's show, and that's not even a fucking joke.
Yeah.
That would be the coolest roast battle.
That would be
would.
the
Roast
best
each other's
Instagram
pets.
video ever. I would get millions of views.
Till that possum fucks our chihuahua. We have
Yeah.
a 3-pound chihuahua. You can't see how tiny this dog is. That possum will.
They
It's
might have
big.
seen him earlier.
It's
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
But yeah, Howie's Ross Lounge. Let's see. Who's Riffin' Who's Coffee Joint. That's August 18th. And at the Howie's Ross Lounge on August 26th. And then September 9th, I have Hannah Jones headlining at Howie's Ross Lounge. So get tickets for that. And that's really all I got, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then just Slaughterhouse Studios. Give us follows and
yeah.
likes and
I love
Yeah.
misinfomercials.
Yeah.
I love that name.
That's very
I saw that
fun.
earlier.
we create fake commercials, and then we also
how
help
fun.
people with we make fake every fucking comedian has a what if this company was this
Yeah.
thing
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
or what if we did this as a business that
Yeah.
was so we pretty much just do that over and over
mock
again.
podcast reads.
That's
Yeah.
really fun.
And yeah, we have people write in. We've actually gotten people from a penitentiary calling us recently, so we're gonna try to help their problems.
Hell yeah.
Wait, what do they want help with?
We literally live on the podcast got the call, and we were like, "Did we give them our like, do we allow like to pay? Because you have to pay for the
Will you accept
people to accept the calls, and so we're gonna do it next episode. We're gonna try to link it up
God,
and
that's
make it happen.
dope.
Wait, how can they watch it?
What do you mean?
How can
We
they
get phone
listen?
calls in.
No, how can they listen?
How do
Who's
they
they?
know to call in a penitentiary?
Listen,
We think
cell
they've
phones-
been listening to the podcast.
Cell
How?
phones
They
make
can
their
just,
way
like-
into body
Oh, yeah.
cavities. Have you never watched?
But that's it. People are.
And people in podcasts get like computer time and shit like that.
Yeah. They get. I mean, when you're in prison, they probably have tablets and shit.
This is the world is wild.
I imagine if you enroll in school in prison, because kids get tablets now from
Yeah.
their school. So I imagine they got tablets. They're jerking off. They're listening to
my God.
misinfomercials. They're
Yeah.
fucking.
Ooh, I wonder if we have any like inmate followers.
Yeah, I bet you do, dude.
Do.
Cute. No, but they don't have credit cards, right?
They get
Honestly,
a
Depends how many
canteen
cigarettes
money
they have.
They could
or whatever.
send you like a box,
commissary.
a cup of noodles.
If I could start taking
Send you some
EBT
soups.
payments on OnlyFans, dude.
Sorry,
I'd be
we keep
crushing.
this going on, and he's got to go. So.
Yes.
No, it's all good.
For sure.
Thank you
We
for
could
having
literally
us.
keep going, dude.
Yeah.
It is so this was awesome. Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
having
Yeah.
us,
Yeah,
Denver.
thank you.
Thanks for
Yes.
letting us be here, dude.
Oh yeah. Thank you for coming through.
Update your religious section though. There are still good people in the world.
There are. Just not a
Dylan's been
mutiny
saying this
cafe.
almost every
I
episode.
know.
Get
I
the
know.
Ted Haggard
Yeah.
doc.
It's unfortunate the first person here to agree with you also spent 2 hours talking about porn, but
True. It's a good representation of the state of Christianity in America.
good.
It's moving
I'm
forward.
glad to be that.
Yeah.
I'm glad
All
to be
the
that.
incest you mean?
Yeah,
I
yeah, all
love
the
to be
incest,
needed.
All the stepmoms.
yeah, and no shame. Yeah, that's all. That's what it is. Anyway,
Cool.
Hell yeah.
hell yeah! Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'll see you in a little bit.
Recreational
yeah, we'll see you
outrage.
tonight.
Yep.
And you guys are gonna miss it because
Yeah.
you don't even know about this show for 2 weeks.
Fucking
Yeah,
losers.
no FOMO.
Fucking lame.
Yeah. Fuck. Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Hell yeah.
It was so much fun.
Just died.
I will fucking kill you.
You did this to us.